Welcome to the Non-Sequitur Show. Continual watching beyond this point may result in terminal face palming and a complete loss of wokeness. You have been warned.
All right, welcome everybody. It is time for a very special, and I do mean special in more than just one wave that uses that word, special event. I've got G-Man versus the world, where you are all the world. There's a lot of effery going around, and a lot of things that we have not talked about in quite some time with G-Man. He has been on the show before. So I don't even know what the hell to expect. But anyways, I do have another person who came in. This kind of will be an open thing, but this is somebody that's a friend of a friend that I know very well, and he recommended this guy who knows nothing about G-Man, so I don't know what the hell's going to happen. But Mark, welcome to the Non-Sequitur Show.
Thank you. Great to be here, and hello everybody. My name's Mark Reed, and I do debates and sort of atheist content. And yeah, I've not really encountered, seen, or met G-Man before, and I've never met Steve before, so it was a pleasure to meet him today. Yeah.
So make sure, make sure real quick the audio is working for everybody outside. Let me know if you can hear him. So go ahead. Sorry, I didn't want you to do a full speech and they can't hear you.
No problem. So it's good to be here, and let's have some fun. Let's have some conversations and have a good time.
All right, so let's dive into it real quick, because I don't know specifically what G wants to talk about. G has all kinds of weird things that he happens to believe. I have given him only one condition for the Non-Sequitur Show, is that he actually only talks about what he actually believes. People know I don't like pose. So with that said, G, you're against the world now. And by the way, the world is literally everybody out there and Mark here. And I don't know Mark's position very well. I can probably guess most of them. But what is it that you want to talk about, be against the world, where you can have the audience go, yeah, no?
Okay. I don't know. Let's talk about whether or not we've been to the moon. Let's talk about evolution, because I don't believe we went to the moon. Let's talk about evolution, whether or not that's true. We can talk about whether or not God exists.
There's three big
we can talk about if Arnold Ross is an actual. Well, I mean, whatever questions that you guys got from me, I don't got a problem talking about. We can talk about whatever. So,
all right. Well, Mark, how about, you know what? Mark, you're a new guest. What do you want? What would you like to discuss with him?
Yeah, I think first things first. Let's talk about the moon. Let's go there. Then evolution. Can you hear me? Sorry, am I coming through okay?
Fine. Yeah, audio's fine.
All
so
right,
far,
good
but we
stuff.
haven't had a chance to hear from G-Man yet. Yeah, now I said they can hear G-Man, so yeah, they can hear everybody.
All right, beautiful. Yeah, so I mean, we can start at the moon. So we've got a lot of evidence for going to the moon. People can bounce. So do you think the moon is sort of, rocky body orbiting the Earth, or what do you think the moon is?
I think that the moon is a rocky body moving around the Earth.
Right. So is there any reason why we couldn't get to the moon? Like, because you've obviously seen
radiation. Cosmic radiation is one of them. The distance, the fact that NASA forgot how to get there, and they lost all of the technology to get there. Quite a few reasons why I don't believe we was there.
Yeah, okay, well, let's
craft to Earth.
Or just usual
with
radio
all the
signals.
Interference and everything that was going on with the radiation, and what kind of craft did we have that went and burned up going into space, or have our equipment destroyed going through all that radiation?
Well, the radiation only sort of stops it if it's the same frequency that interferes with that broadcast, right? There's ambient radiation all around Earth that doesn't necessarily interfere with broadcasts. Like, you might be using your Wi-Fi, right? It's ambient noise. But if it doesn't interfere with it, it doesn't interfere with it. Like, you can still use your mobile phone on a different frequency. It doesn't interfere.
G-Man, can you hear that?
I don't know. He's breaking up sometimes. I don't know.
I'm breaking up.
I hear him just fine, actually.
Okay.
I don't
think it's my side.
There was a little internet lag there. It was a little spike. It didn't drop connection. It was. I don't know whose end it was. I know we're having power outage, but this wasn't a power thing. It was an internet thing.
Okay.
I'm just making everything. I did want to see G-Man's face for some reason. I don't know. So
yeah, I just want to put out I'm in Australia, so there might be a slight delay. It shouldn't be too bad. It's usually perfectly fine, but there might be a slight delay in responding. So if I talk over you or something, please do let me know, and I'll try and listen a bit more.
Okay, so you're talking about the ran on the radiation belts, and he's trying to explain to you.
Yeah.
Well, one, the radiation isn't as much as people think with the shielding and stuff like that, but the frequency of the radiation belts, right, and the transmission frequencies,
right. They don't actually interrupt communications going back to Earth.
I don't know about that. Like I said, man, sometimes I use my internet in my house and I cut the fan on. And just because the fan is on, my internet signal is terrible. This is blowing everything all over the place. I'm just imagining you going into space and you have all that radiation and all these things that's interfering, with the communications and everything.
What's being blown? What's being blown around?
Well, look, I used to work for internet companies in Australia, in fact, the largest 2 internet companies in Australia, and you can get a frequency of radiation. Like, for some reason, plasma TVs, the old plasma TVs, used to interrupt Wi-Fi signals. They're on the same frequency, so their signals would be disrupted if it was straight in between. But it depends on what those frequencies are, right? So possibly something with power could interrupt your Wi-Fi signal because it's on the same frequency that your Wi-Fi signal is operating on, and then that provides noise that it can't get past. But that's not necessarily the case of every single power and electromagnetic radiation out there. That's not necessarily the case.
Now, there's a reason to doubt it, though. But it's a reason to doubt it, and then two, we're not talking about 2022 or 2021 or 2020 or whatever. We're talking about, like, what is that? When did we go to the moon? 1960 or 1970 or something like that.
It was 1969.
69.
I forget the year. Right. So the technology we had back then was a lot worse than what it is now. So
and now. So and actually, that reminds me of why
than it is today.
Well, that reminds me of why you said, like, we lost the technology. We didn't lose it. They kind of destroyed it. The reason why they say, oh, we can't replicate it today, or we can't replicate it today, is because they wouldn't, right? There's no reason why they would go back to old technology to get us to go to the moon again. They would build new stuff. There's no reason why we'd use that old technology. It would be like going back, and instead of building a new smartphone, you go back and try and build a rotary phone again. It's absolutely pointless to do that. They are planning another trip to the moon. I believe it's 2025 from memory, I believe. They're currently testing the Jupiter rockets, I think. They did some launches. So have you seen any of the launches on YouTube or anything like that? G-Man? Hello? World? Calling G-Man?
I can hear you fine. I don't know what's going on with G-Man. G-Man, do we have a technology?
Yeah, my internet's going in and out. My internet's going in and out. Let me try to cut my camera off.
G-Man, do you have your fan on?
Turn your fan off.
Turn your fan off. Turn your fan off. I think he's a little confused on how fans can possibly. I mean, look, there are such things as wired brushes, on a like a generator or motor, and you have, if it's not brushless, you can have actually, frequencies come out of that. They don't go very far. Obviously, they're not like something. If I have brush noise on one, here, it's not going to affect next door. But it's certainly not going to affect the frequencies involved on wireless. It's just completely nonsense. But
it's more likely to be power fluctuations, actually.
Yeah, like we're having right now. I'm having literally before we went on, I had power fluctuations. So
we had a case where somebody's internet was dropping out every Sunday at a specific time, and we just could not figure it out. We were absolutely bewildered why the internet kept cutting out. it was actually turned out to be the washing machine turning on, and they did it all at the exact time on Sunday, and that was tripping the power, causing the internet to go out. It took us ages to track that down. Sorry, G-Man, go ahead, mate.
How do we lose the technology to go to the moon?
Well,
like, they lose the map or something like that? Did we get like the space route or whatever?
Yeah, they kind of just, after the mission's end, they kind of just tossed it, because any future mission, they're going to need current technology, not old technology. There was no reason to go back.
I don't believe that for a moment.
Well,
I don't believe that for a moment.
Let me ask you this. You know they had code.
Because why would you lose the technology? Why would you lose the technology to go to the moon when you could possibly go to the moon and make a base or something like that?
We have newer technology to go to the moon with. We have new technology that works better and more efficiently. Like if
it's because once. Sorry, go, Steve.
I was just saying, let's say we wanted to connect here, like we are now, through the internet, right?
They don't even got new technology to go to the moon, unless old technology.
But we're connecting through the internet, right? If I said to you, G-Man, right now, I'd like you to go get a dial-up phone, take a 300 baud acoustic modem, take the handset, put it in the cradle, and try to do what we're doing now, it wouldn't work. Yeah, you could probably design something over a period of time and make that system work again. Even though you can never get this, like we're, how much BPS we're getting now, but it's just not feasible. Why would they ever want to do such a thing? Why would they want to make acoustic modems ever again? The technology is not there, meaning we don't have the tooling for it. We don't have the reason to, more than anything else. But yeah, if we had to make a 300 baud acoustic modem, yeah, I'm sure somebody could, but why would you want to? Same thing. I mean, that's it.
Yeah, we toss that technology. It's just not applicable to the modern day, and just like that. Oh no, I see the swirl of death.
It's on his end. Yeah, it's not mine or
yours.
We're
Absolutely.
coming through great.
Come on, G-Man.
Turn off your fan. He's back here. Welcome back.
This should be G-Man versus the fan.
G-Man versus the fan.
All right. Yeah, you're laughing, but like I said, my Wi-Fi's not all that great where I'm at.
No, that's cool, mate. That's cool. We got your back, so it's not a problem.
Yeah. So we lost the directions on how to get to the moon and the technology how to get there and what we use to get there and whatnot. And I'm supposed to believe that we're going to use technology. We're going to use new technology to get there, and that old information wasn't important. But we got all these old documents about what happened with the Kennedys, what happened with like JFK, and all these other things that the FBI has and whatnot. But we don't keep the technology or the instructions or anything like that for going to the moon. That's what we're supposed to believe, right?
They kind of scrapped the project. Like once we got there and landed on the moon, did some studies, did some science, left the reflectors on the moon, took photo. There's no real reason for going back. There has been missions back there, but it's all been drones and automated. I think China sent an automated drone there a while back. So yeah, once we'd got there and sort of done what we wanted to do, there was no real reason to go back there.
Oh yeah, there's no reason to build a base or do anything like that on the moon or whatever, right? Just went there one time. There's no reason to go there no more. You know, the billions of dollars that it costs to actually go there to explore the moon, bring back whatever was on the moon back to the earth and all that. There's no reason to go there whatsoever. I don't believe that, and a lot of other people don't believe that. So,
well, now that's
my case. You know what I mean? I don't believe. I don't believe the radiation would allow us to be able to make communications. Okay. And I believe that story about us losing our technology is nonsense.
Okay. Well, now that we can sort of. Now that Mars is sort of within reach kind of thing, we can sort of visualize how we're going to get to Mars. Now they are going.
How are you going to get there? You don't even know how to get to the moon. How are you going to get there? You don't even know how to get to the moon.
We know how to get there. We're going to Mars one day. We know we can go to Mars. We could probably get to the moon again.
Did I say the wrong name of the rocket?
We're going to Mars. I don't think we've been to the moon. We got to first learn how to get to the moon first.
Well, I know they were testing Saturn V the other day. Some Titan Saturn Vs they were testing, if I'm not mistaken. They had to scrub the launch for a while. You know, there's a really ugly guy from Florida that actually films these things, G-Man. You might have actually met him at one time.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just wondering if you've seen any of the launches.
Tell me that he's about this thin, actually this thin, about this tall.
That's like him. Yeah.
Have you seen the launches?
Yeah.
So what do you think the launches are? I've got a lot of static here.
He's asking you what do you think launches are. I can hear you fine. You're coming through great.
Fan?
No, I don't hear any static. You're coming through fine.
That's the launch.
I don't hear that. Are you playing a video?
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Oh yeah, we can't hear your video.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, I mean, he's seen those rocket launches. I mean, I had a Delta IV rocket launch that Red's named after me for one of his videos. He used to do rocket launch videos and name after people, and I just does them.
The only thing I've seen is Challenger blow up.
We've come a long way since
the last time I
Challenger.
seen a rocket launch was when Challenger blew up.
Time ago.
When I was a kid.
You've never seen any other rocket launch, like successful ones or anything? Have you seen the one where they landed the rocket, like it landed automatically? Elon Musk, SpaceX sent it up and landed the rocket.
Yeah, those are the
Falcon Heavy.
Falcon Heavy, yeah. I think it was a Falcon Heavy. Yeah, the boosters will come and land vertical.
Yeah, that was amazing. That was sort of, and then they have like a compilation of all the failures they went through because it's really hard to make something land autonomously, and that fell over and exploded, and after try, they finally got it right. It was pretty cool.
I will actually give them this one. The footage of the Falcon Heavy boosters landing, especially the one on ship and things of that nature.
Yeah.
When they say it's fake, I mean, I'm sorry, it does look fake. I know it's real, but I mean, at least they can at least have a smidge of no way, I'm not buying that. Okay, incredulity. I still horrible argument because man, that does look fake as hell.
Yeah.
But it's so amazing that they can actually do that, and it's not round back. You think it's like going backwards, right? It looks like it's footage that you run backwards where it lands, but it's not. It's literally landing, and to get that much stability, the amount of engineering that has to go into that has to be mind-blowing precision.
Well, I guess my point is it wasn't exactly like they just did it first time. You can get a fail compilation of that Falcon Heavy just falling over and blowing up and hitting the ground too hard, and it was a long process.
I put the link in the video description for people that want to join. It is Against the World. Godless Girl, you want to come in? Because G-Man might come and go. So if you want to come in,
all right, there we go. That's better. I can't do my background no more. I'm using the phone now. Sorry.
Oh, so that sounds better too. I do have Godless Girl.
Yeah, and I can hear you. I'm using my phone now, so this is much better.
Yeah, way better. You should have done this initially. Yeah.
Yeah.
Way better quality. All right, so go ahead, Mark. Explain to him again what your point is about as far as like the rocketry.
Yeah, the rocketry, it wasn't sort of like they just did it. They had a lot of failures before they got it up and running, but we can afford that with automated stuff, right? We can afford failures, and that's
just trial and error, man.
Yeah.
Of all the billions of dollars that was lost, you know what I mean? Trying to go to the moon, we can just afford it, right? Tell me something. How much do you think it's going to cost to go to Mars, since it costs us all that money to go to the moon?
A lot.
But I mean, don't you think that a lot of people want to expand? I mean, how much did it take for them to cross the Atlantic for the first time or to explore continents? I mean,
I doubt it was $1 billion.
Well, yeah. Well, you might make
inflation, money, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, when you adjust for inflation.
I mean, Columbus had to go to the Queen of Spain or something to get
three
ships, a loan to get the ships together and go out there. It's a lot of money. It's the nature of humans to explore.
And wasn't it supposed to be an investment?
Yeah,
because he was supposed to like find riches and things of that nature. We have a super chat. Rich Devman for $10 say, just want to say hi. Good seeing you guys. It's been a while. Thank you very much, Rich. Good to see you too, man.
Cool.
Yes. But yeah,
am I allowed to say KC on here?
Yeah, which one?
King Crocodile.
Yeah.
King Crocodile.
There's 3 KCs, so I had to qualify. Yes, of course. I just had King Crocodile on last week. You know that.
Okay, gotcha. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Your show.
Yes, but thank you for
your
asking.
show.
Yes.
G-Man is in a cardboard, but I'm looking at the chat finally now. Here we go. I'm in a cardboard, but let me stop reading that nonsense.
You sound good.
Anyway.
No, you sound fine to me. I don't care.
Thank you guys. It's been a while. Thank you. Here we go. All right, cool. So what else you want to talk about, sir? You're from Australia, right? You're an atheist?
Yes, I am.
I'll tell you what. Since I don't usually play defense too much no more, why don't you put me on defense for a little bit and question me about my belief system before I do it to you?
Okay. Well, you said you're a Christian, both a priest and an evidentialist. This was before the call. Yep. So I'm wondering sort of what you would define as a god. Like, what would be your definition?
I don't usually play defense too much. What is my definition for God?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's the Christian God, so Jesus.
Yes, I believe in a Christian God. I believe that he lives outside of time and space. I believe he's all powerful. He's all knowing. He is a loving God, not an all loving God. There's no such thing as an all loving God. But I do believe in a loving God. I believe that my God is omnipresent. He's everywhere at one time. And I believe my God has sent his only begotten Son to the world to die for my sins and your sins. And anyone who believes and trusts in him will be saved from their sins, from the penalty of their sins.
So you can make it a couple of the omnis, not omnibenevolent, like not all loving, but omnipresent and is omniscience.
He's not all loving.
Is he all knowing?
Oh, yes, he is, but he's not all loving. The reason why he's not all loving, and this is important, because if he was all loving, he would love sin. And he doesn't love sin. He hates it.
So,
okay. So this just things he does not love. By the way, quick thing. One, GCAT is actually in here. If you guys can act, does anybody not spot GCAT yet? GCAT is somewhere here. I have put GCAT around here. Second of all, I want to wish welcome to Godless Girl.
Hello,
hi, G. Thanks for letting me in. Hi, G, man. I have not spoken to you in a really long time. I miss you.
It has been a while.
I go to your
before
channel,
we
but
get
every
into
time I
this,
go
Gigi.
there, you're just debating Black Hebrew Israelites.
Yeah, that's where I started.
Oh, yeah. But Gigi, before me and you start arguing and all that, I gotta say I like that video that you put on your channel with that lady that was with Dr. Josh or whatever. I just watched that one today. That one was hilarious. We was pretending to be a deist, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
that was
always
funny.
arguing like with atheists like Steve.
Gotcha.
I can remove you.
I got to argue with you sometime. It's good to meet you. I've never met Godless Girl either. It's very good to meet you. I think we haven't run into one another yet.
Well, let me
You better be careful.
Say this quick. Yeah, she'll rip you.
Oh,
man.
really?
Oh, yeah.
But
Girl.
you guys should carry on debating because I'm sure you'll make some error and reason I could jump on. Well, G-Man's debating you.
So let me run this back.
Sure.
Let me just run this quick. So first of all, Godless Girl, I've really been a fan of what you've been doing lately. I like the way your approach you've elevated. And I understand some of your lighthearted trolling, and it's funny. So you really have upped your game over the years tremendously. You guys have to remember that Godless Girl, G-Man, getting all the pronouns and genders confused, and myself go back a very, very, very long time.
Right.
I mean, I started my channel in 2014. I think G-Man was like 2014 or 15. But anyways, just to let you guys know, I do have a GoFundMe. It is pinned to the live chat. It is for the legal suit that I had spent a ton of money on against one of the co-hosts for this particular show. Not the main guy that was with me, but one of the other co-hosts that was trying to falsely accuse me of things. If you want to go read about that, it's in the pin thing. I have had people tell me that there was a quote fraudulent GoFundMe. They can F off, and it's perfectly fine. So if you don't want to super chat and you want to do it through GoFundMe, I will be reading those as well, just to piss people off that have been, trying to harass me and those in the show for quite some time. Anyways, back to the discussion here. We have another person who joined us. Oh my goodness, Reed. Holy crap, dude. You're not dead. You have to unmute yourself. Reed, unmute. Okay, well, Reed don't unmute, but anyways, go ahead. So you believe in a loving God, but has exceptions, right?
Exactly. He doesn't love sin. A lot of things he doesn't love, but he is a loving God. But when people say all loving, I think that they're getting drunk on all of the omnis, and they need to stop doing that because they put themselves in positions to have to prove things that they can't prove.
Right. So he's omniscient. So was he omniscient? This is the creator of the universe. Was he omniscient to everything that would happen at the start of the creation?
Do me a favor, because there are some people who are watching right now that may not understand some of these theological terms. Just do me a favor, if you can, just put it in plain English for some people. That'd be great. Mainly because I might have to start using some of them words, and then I have to define, and it's going to get corny real fast. So
okay. So omniscience is basically awareness of all knowledge in the universe, all states, all possibilities.
He's all knowing,
and knows everything down to every possible contingency, every possible thought. So anything there is to know, he knows.
That's right. Because he lives outside
I would
of time
like to make a clarification real quick. Sorry,
Sure.
G-Man. I think omniscience is all true propositions. It's not like he doesn't have all experiential knowledge. Like he doesn't know what it's like to desire to sniff cocaine off a stripper's ass.
Right. It's propositional knowledge of all true propositions.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's fair.
And all possible contingencies are counterfactual. Some may argue when you get into like middle knowledge and modalism. But as far as like what Gigi said, I happen to agree. It's not experiential. It's not experiential knowledge in that capacity. It's basically all true propositional facts. That's how I interpret it as well. So are we all on board on that one?
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, G-Man, if that's all right with you, you're the one who I'm, talking to about their beliefs. Does that?
Yeah, G-Man versus the planet, so it's all good.
Yes, everybody. And by the way, welcome NGC. Big shout out to NGC Studios. If you guys have not subscribed to NGC Studios, man, good stuff. Good. One of the most underrated channels in the history of YouTube, and it's good to see him over there. So, go ahead. Sorry, I like shouting out people. I like promoting other channels. Sorry. All right, go ahead. Continue.
Yeah.
Right. So yes, God is all knowing. Yep.
Yeah. So God will be aware of all propositions' outcomes at the start of the universe when He created it.
All the probabilities and what has already happened, since He lives outside of time and space. He's already seen it all. Yeah.
So He created everything knowing that sin would exist.
He created everything knowing that man could fall into sin. Yes.
Could.
There's a reason why I'm answering it that way, because I've had this discussion before.
Well, it's very.
But you know what? Let's just use your terminology. Yes, He created everything knowing that sin would exist. Yes.
Yeah. So He knew the outcome of His creation. Yep. So He created the necessary properties that would lead to that sin.
No. When He finished creating everything He created, He called it good.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The way I think the argument's supposed to go is you're supposed to act, because I've been doing this for a while. I think you're supposed to be asking me, if He already knew that if He knew that sin was going to exist and He put everything into power and whatnot, wouldn't your God not be all good, or wouldn't He not be holy, and all these other claims that the Bible makes? And I think that's where you're trying to go, right?
No, not really. I just I find it weird to think of God as a mind sans a brain. I think provisionally, I don't think without a brain, right? So He's outside of time and space. He is outside of time and space, right? And He knows it all.
Well, He has a mind. I put it to you that way. A brain is physical. Okay.
Yes,
a spirit is not physical like that. It's metaphysical, right? So, or rather, non-material, right? So, at least the way we understand it in our sciences or whatever, right? So, tell me something. When you think, do you see anything when you think? Like, do you feel any impulses coming out of your brain when you're thinking?
When I'm thinking?
Yeah, when you're thinking, do you feel anything coming out of your brain? Do you feel powers or whatever coming out your mind or whatever? Like spikes or whatever?
What I feel isn't really accurate. I can put my head under an MRI and I can certainly see something when
you can see your brain. That's what you can see. Well, and whatever your mind wants you to see.
Well, you can actually see the synapses going, the electrical impulses going through the brain. You can see that.
It doesn't mean that as images or anything like that. But the point of the matter is, these things are immaterial. So since God is a spirit, you know what I mean, and spirits can think, and He can do that by being immaterial, because thoughts are not material. There shouldn't be an issue with that.
Well, the synapses and the I'm not sure material. Okay, and
material is this. You can see this nickel. Well, let me put this over here by the camera so you can see it. You can see that nickel, but there are things that you can't see with the human eye, and there are things like numbers that you can't touch. You know what I mean? There are letters you can't touch. You know what I mean? But they're ideas.
They're an abstract concept, numbers.
Right, but you can't touch them. You can't taste them. You can't tell me what they feel like.
Right, but they're not actually real. You can't show me a 2. They're not. They're just an abstraction that we use to
label. And we use it as a tool to determine how many of something we got. For example, I'm holding 2 pennies.
I would agree that God is an abstraction. I would agree with that. So is God fallible at all? So when He created everything, does it matter that He failed to create, like He had to go and drown the world because he failed to create a good world? Or
Can I ask you a question?
Well, hang on.
Can I ask you a question?
Answer the question first. Right, he's in the middle of answering your question, so you have to answer his first.
Gotcha.
Then you can ask.
Okay, no problem. Okay.
So is God fallible?
No. But the point that you was trying to make was that it was God's fault because the earth got flooded? It's his fault because the earth got flooded?
Well, it was clearly something that he didn't want to happen. So I would say that he failed to create the world that he wanted.
Do me a favor, bring me to your logic where you're saying that he failed and where he wanted it to be, and it was God's fault the earth got flooded. Sure. You're blaming one person for a lot of stuff, you know?
Yeah,
I don't know how you got that.
Well, he's all powerful, I presume. Right, so he can do anything at all, any possible thing he can do. He wanted to create a world that he wouldn't have to flood, presumably, and then he failed to do so. Well,
have you read the Bible before? I'm not being disrespectful when I say this, but have you read it?
Yeah.
You read the book of Genesis?
Yeah.
Okay, so do me a favor. What was his goals, according to the book of Genesis? And what did he fail doing? Because I'm not following you with that at all.
I'm not 100% sure. I wouldn't claim to know the mind of God. Why don't you tell me what his goals were?
Okay, so in Genesis chapter 1, what does it say? It says, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And the earth was without form and was void. And the Spirit of God hovered over the face of the deep. And God said, let there be light. And there was light. And we all know the pattern of what he did. But when he finished creating everything, he called it good. Then when he created man, he told man to be fruitful and to multiply and to subdue the earth. Did he fail to do that? You know what I'm saying? Did God fail to be fruitful and multiply and subdue the earth? No, because that was a commandment that was given to man, right? Man was also told to they could eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. I'm sorry, they eat from the tree of life. My bad. I'm sorry, from the tree of life. But they was told that they could not eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil.
But God knew they would.
Adam and Eve ate. I'm sorry, Eve and Adam. I should probably put it that way. Eve and Adam ate from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, and then man fell.
Yeah.
So I don't know how God is blamed for that. I'm not understanding that.
But God knew at the start when he created everything that they would do that because he's omniscient.
Right.
So he knew ahead of time that's what would happen.
And he knew that if they ate from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil.
Just listen to my logic. So he knew that event would happen. So I would put it to you that Adam and Eve didn't, in fact, have any choice in the matter. He already knew at the start of creation, at the start of time, that event would 100% happen. Could they not have eaten from the tree if God knew that it was going to happen at the start of the universe?
Okay, that question doesn't even make no logical or rational.
Can I respond to that?
Yeah, sure, Godless, no worries.
Look, if you're watching like a movie that you've seen before, or like a reality show, you know what the people are going to do. That doesn't mean that they're not free in the reality show. They didn't make free choices.
Yeah, well, my problem with that is a movie. You're watching it sort of post-temporally. You're watching it afterwards. That's a very, very different situation. Like after the events have occurred, that's a very different situation to a God who knows it before the movie even gets filmed. Right? He knows it at the start, not just after they've watched it.
Yeah, and even if he didn't know it, by the way, I do agree if he knows all possible things, he would know it. But also, if you have a starving dog and you put a bowl of food in front of it, you know it's going to start eating it, right? You have every expectation to. God would have every expectation, knowing about the fallibilities of human beings, that if he warned somebody not to eat from or partake from the tree of knowledge, they're going to do so because he created that ability to be disobedient, and knowing that human nature is the way human nature. Why would he not expect them not to do it?
Well, that's a good point, but I think that that inference could be fallible. Kind of, you could say, "Hey, I sort of think the dog will eat from the bowl." The dog could have a bellyache. You could be wrong.
Right. So it's more of an inference, right? But he has
what we're talking about here is
are you a parent, sir? Sir, are you a parent?
No.
Because like I said, the argument is silly, and I'm going to prove to you why in a minute. Are you a parent?
Okay. That's not really relevant, but no.
Yes, it is. It's very relevant. Are you a parent, yes or no?
You already answered it twice, no.
Oh, you're not a parent. Let's say you had children. Would you make rules in your home?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Are you aware of how children behave when they hear rules?
Well, I don't know. Are you a parent, G-Man? How do you know how children behave?
No. This question is directed towards him.
Right. If you're a parent, shouldn't you be held to the same standard?
I'm trying. What I would like to do is counter this nonsense that I'm listening to regarding about God being all knowing and whatnot. So just let me do it then.
Okay.
Let me do it. So
well, I mean, I think
you know what I mean. I don't need God. Let's go to the answer for me. I just want to answer the question, sir. If you had children, would you make rules for your kids? Yes or no?
Yes, I would make rules. Yes.
Okay, well, and tell me something. If you, for example, put a Pepsi in your refrigerator and you told your no, let's not use a Pepsi. If you put a lighter on your on your dresser and you told the kids not to play with the lighter because if they did, they would get burned. Okay, you would feel like a responsible adult because you told them, look, if you see a lighter over there, don't touch it, right? On the dresser and whatnot, right? Sure. Now, what happens when they get the lighter and they get burnt anyway? Is that your fault?
Well, the problem is that we have to assume that I have full knowledge, 100% certainty that those kids will go over there and touch the lighter, and I tell them not to. But I know they're going to. Right. So what I would do is remove the lighter because I know that that's what they're going to do.
That's a bad analogy, G-Man. I burned my house down when I was 3 with...
Oh, hi, Reed.
Hi, Reed.
I got a lousy Wi-Fi connection.
So let me get this straight here. So
maybe
let me make sure I understand this here correctly, sir. Let me make sure I understand this correctly.
Yes.
You being the responsible parent and knowing how children are, you would never put a lighter on the dresser, right? Because you know that the child will probably not listen to you and go to the dresser, grab the lighter, and actually start using it, right? Because you're a responsible parent, right?
There's no.
I burned my house down when I was 3, G-Man. I burnt it to the fucking ground.
I'm having a conversation with him. Just let me do one person at a time. I promise I'll get to you, sir.
If my mom was responsible, she probably shouldn't have had a lighter anywhere near where I could get it, right?
Well. Again, I'm talking to this other individual here. So let's just. I mean, if you guys are going to jump me, then you might as well just do it now because. Later on, I'm just going to say I never dealt with the guy individually here. So anyway, sir, you just got finished saying that you would never put the lighter on the dresser to begin with, right?
No, you're sort of mischaracterizing what I've said. If I had 100% certainty, though, that child would touch and burn themselves with the lighter, which God, as you've sort of conceded, did have 100% certainty that would happen, then I would make sure I didn't put the lighter down at all because I know with 100% certainty, and this is where your analogy fails because the parent.
Oh, I haven't made my analogy yet. You're making a mistake right now. But anyway, go ahead.
Okay. Well, the analogy that you seem to have made is flawed because the circumstance of a parent.
I haven't made my analogy yet.
May touch the lighter, and the God that knows that they definitely will touch the lighter.
Out of 100% of all parents on the planet, how many of them you think actually move the lighter? Let's be realistic here for a moment.
I wouldn't put the lighter in arm's length of a child if I think they may pick it up and burn themselves.
It doesn't matter if the lighter is at arm's length. It matters that if you have children, your house has rules. Okay, well, and you as a father, hold on a minute, sir. So hold on a minute, because your logic is ridiculous. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you why. Okay. Most households, actually forget most, all households that has children, the parents there will make rules about their children, right? And they'll tell their children that, look, you can have this and you can touch this, but you can't do this. We call those rules, and in society we call those laws that get broken on a regular basis. I want you to remember that now, okay? Tell me something. Do I blame the United States government for not making my car only go 55 miles an hour? When a person steps on it and goes 60 or 70
I don't know what
or
you
80,
think, G-Man. You may very well. I don't know.
The reason why I'm saying this is because you are taking personal, and I want you to remember this now, especially when we get into morality later. You are taking personal responsibility off the people, off of the person who's doing the wrong.
Wait, hold on. Can I ask a quick question? God. Can I ask a quick clarifying question for you?
I'm not finished. I'm not finished.
Well, but I just wanted clarification on something.
I just want to finish.
I mean, you can finish, but then
I want to finish.
Let him finish, and then I will get your clarification.
Okay, I'm not finished.
Go ahead,
How about that?
How am I going to understand what you have to continue to say if you won't clarify the thing that I wanted you to clarify? Then you're just going to be talking.
So anyway, sir, I'm not talking to you right now. I'm talking to the other guy.
But everybody else here is listening to what you have to say, right, G-Man? Like, so
you don't want me to answer his question.
Do you want them to follow?
You don't want me to answer his question.
Do you want other people to follow?
You don't want me to answer his question.
Do you want other people to follow your argument?
Leo,
you don't want me to finish answering his question because you're scared.
To follow your argument, then you might need to provide.
Turn off the fans, people.
You're
Turn
scared
off the
to let me
fans.
talk. Okay, great.
Leo,
you'll never learn anything that way.
Leo, what is it you want?
No, actually, you learn by asking for clarification.
Leo, let's just take a breath.
What is it you want to have clarified?
Well, so what I was going to ask him was if he thinks that Adam and Eve are responsible for eating the fruit from the knowledge of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil.
Absolutely. I would have explained all of that.
That's literally all I wanted, so he can continue.
Yeah, but I was going to get to that, but because you're hyperactive and you don't got no patience, I can't get to it.
Well, yeah, you're right. I don't have patience.
Listening is a phenomenal talent. You got to learn.
Clarify the points that they're making, despite wanting people to understand their arguments. What it seems to indicate is that you're not actually interested in having an actual discussion with people.
Listen to me, sir. No, that's not the issue. The issue is you're not interested in conversation. You're interested in gish galloping. That's what you're doing.
Okay?
That's what you're interested in doing. Do you know what a gish gallop is, young man?
Gish gallop is when you shut.
Do you know what a gish gallop is, young man?
Gish gallop is.
I'm sorry. I got to mute you, brother. Come on.
I'll start taking you seriously real fast, man.
I'm not allowed to answer. Then you mute me when I try to answer instead of muting him for interrupting me when I'm trying to answer the question he asked me. I'm trying to answer.
I said, what's your clarifying question? You gave it. Now it's back to G-Man. That's only fair.
Well, but then he asked me a question. I just wanted to answer. So a gish gallop is when you shotgun several points at once. He accused me of doing that. So now he's going to tell me what are the several points that I shotgunned.
There you go.
What are the several points that I shotgunned?
You're a gish galloper, sir. What was the guy I was originally talking to? You're not interested in no answer, so why ask me any questions?
I gish gallop. What points did I gish gallop?
G-Man.
Well,
no, I'm not letting this go.
You wanted me to clarify. I clarified, and then you couldn't be quiet and allow me to go back to my original conversation.
I'm sorry, I got to put you backstage, Leo. We cannot go down multiple rabbit holes. I'll bring him back on, and he can answer that question. What he's gish-galling, I have no problem with that. But first, finish your train of thought because I'm fascinated by your whatever analogy you're trying to make here. Where the hell this is going?
Basically, what I'm saying is that atheists have a tendency of blaming God for everything that's ever happened simply because he's all-knowing, while taking responsibility off of humans. Atheists don't want to talk about the fact that Adam and Eve was adults and was told what to do and what not to do. And these people chose to do something, chose to eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. They knew the consequences. You understand what I'm saying? And this wait a minute, sir. Wait a minute. And you're taking responsibility off of people and you're putting that on God. You haven't even read the book of Genesis, and I can tell just because of the massive holes in the things that you're talking about your version of the Bible versus the actual Bible.
Well, G-Man, I want to address that because atheists don't believe in a God to put responsibility onto. So we can't possibly be taking the responsibility off people. What I'm simply doing is pointing out the illogical nature of a God that knows somebody is going to do something, but then sets up circumstances for them to do it. Well, I mean, as I went through...
no, you haven't gone through anything. How did you prove he's illogical?
Well, I'm doing an internal critique, so I'm taking it from your worldview. I don't actually blame God for anything.
No. If you're going to use my worldview, start quoting some scripture.
No.
G-Man, let me finish.
He's using exegesis. This is a proper exegesis.
Yeah, so I'm doing an internal sort of critique. So what I'm saying is that in your worldview, it cannot be the people's fault because God was aware of the circumstances happening, and there is no action those people could have taken otherwise. Now, I don't believe that because
wait a minute. That's a presupposition. Where did you get that from?
What do you mean?
You're one of these people that don't believe in free will, I'm assuming, then, right? Like where are you getting these presuppositions from, man?
What do you mean?
You haven't even read the book of Genesis, and I can tell, particularly chapter 3. Who told you that they didn't have the ability? Wait a minute, sir. Who told you that they didn't have the ability to choose whether or not they can eat from that or not? Simply because God knew it? What kind of dumb argument is that?
Okay, I think you guys are talking about and Leo, I will bring you back in a promise. But listen, G-Man, let me see if I can clarify, because that's kind of what I try to do is clarify. So think about it this way. Sure. Let's say you and Mark are in a room together, okay, and I have perfect knowledge. I know exactly what the future holds. And I put down a gas can and a lighter, and I tell you both, don't put these together. Don't put gasoline everywhere and light it on fire. Even I know that's what you're going to do because, I have knowledge of all true propositions. So the proposition Mark and G-Man will light the house on fire and pull a reed. I know this because that's a true proposition. Then at that point, I am enabling you to do it because I already know what's going to happen. It could be no other way because I already know the future. You see how? Do you not get that?
No. This is a false dichotomy to the 50th power. Again, the purpose is it's a false dichotomy, and the reason why it's a false dichotomy is because you never asked me why God created man to begin with. You never, and by the way, you can't say you're talking from my worldview because you skipped a few steps. Number one, you didn't ask me why God created man. What was the purpose of putting the tree in the middle, in the midst of the garden? What was the purpose of the tree of life?
What does that have to do
Did
with
God know the consequences? And what plan did he have? Hold on a minute, Steve. Hold on a minute, Steve. This man's presupposing that he knows what I'm going to say about that. Number one, I understand that there's two types of Christians that you can talk to on here. One of them is a Calvinist, and the other person is not a Calvinist, right? I understand that some Calvinists, not all of them, but some of them don't believe in free will. I believe in free will, sir. You can't presuppose that I don't believe in free will. All right. You got to stop doing that. All right. Yes, they did have a choice in the matter, and they chose wrong.
Wait, Adam and Eve chose to do the wrong thing? Why would they do that?
They did. Because they was tempted to do so.
Wait, hold on here.
Why are we talking about the devil? Why are we talking about God and always blame him for everything?
Why would God create Adam and Eve to fail to do the right thing? Why would he do that?
Can I respond too?
Can you give me a Bible verse where it says that he created them to fail? Give me a Bible verse.
Well, you just said that they did. They failed to do the right thing. Why would God create
because God gave them free will.
Yeah, so why would God create them such that they could freely choose to do the wrong thing?
The same way that he created you to freely choose the wrong thing.
Yeah, but why wouldn't God? But this was before sin. There was no sin in the world at this point because they hadn't eaten from the tree yet. So why would God have created them? So but Christians say that at this point humans were as perfect as humans could be. It seems that in this instance, sure, humans can have free will. That's not going to get you out of my objection because I can grant you that they have free will. But why would God have created agents? I mean, were they acting irrationally? Did their rationality malfunction? Or did God just create them such that they don't always choose what they ought to do in any situation, all things
considered? What does the book of Genesis chapter 3 say?
Excuse me, I haven't finished yet. And if it's the latter, why would God create them in such a way?
In Genesis chapter 3, what does it say?
This isn't a response to what I asked you.
Yes, it is. What does Genesis chapter 3 say? It answered your question, actually.
Do you think they did what their nature was, G-Man?
No, this is what they did.
No?
Okay,
Really?
God created them. They had the ability to choose. They was tempted by Satan, and they chose to sin against God. I find it interesting how you create these arguments, and then you ignore all of the information that is freely given to you in your Bible you've never read before.
I've actually read the Bible.
Oh, you have? So tell me about what happened during the temptation.
What, that Satan tempted them? Yeah, but why would Satan be able to tempt them? They were created by God. Why did God create them such that they could be tempted?
Because the devil has free will too.
Yeah, so are you saying that it was good for them to listen to what Satan had to say?
It has nothing to do with whether or not it's good. That's not even his argument. His argument is saying that God is not.
So it is good. It is good.
Hold on a minute.
Satan, right?
The argument is whether or not the idea about God is logical. Okay.
Well, that's not the argument I'm running. I don't know where you're at right now.
If the Bible is telling you that the devil tempted Eve to sin against God and then gave some of the fruit to her husband.
This isn't an answer.
That has nothing to do with God. At that point,
why did God allow Eve to be tempted? Why did God create Eve such that she could freely choose?
Okay, why don't you breathe a little bit, sir?
God? Well, no, I'm not. I don't care about anything that you're saying because it's not a response to the question I'm asking you. So when I answer
your question, sir, you don't want too much sugar. I gotta wait for you to calm down.
Pretty obvious that you can't answer my question. Most Christians.
Yes, I can. You won't let me.
I can answer the question.
Well, gish galloping, sir.
No, you can't. You can't.
No,
answer.
I don't think you know what
gish galloping, sir.
I don't think you know.
It is a dishonest debating tactic, sir.
I think
notice how you're still not responding.
It's a dishonest debating tactic, sir.
What tactic am I using?
I'm not stupid. I know what you're doing.
Notice how all you're doing is just throwing out a variety of accusations, but you're not.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to have a conversation, sir.
Oh, you said that I gish gallop.
And I believe that you're trying to get me out of my character too. I'm not stupid.
You're claiming I'm using using tactics, and I'm not doing that. I presented an argument, and I'm asking you questions related to that, and you're doing
every time I try to answer, and every time I try to answer, you ask me 5 new questions.
And you're doing everything.
And every time I try to answer, you ask me
you're doing
everything
in your power to avoid answering that, which is why I keep interrupting you, because you're not answering the question, and I'm going to keep you on track because I don't let dishonest fucks like you run.
Leo, this is what I'm going to do for you. Leo,
I'm dishonest, sir?
No, G, man, this is what I'm going to do for Leo. Because I have to have some moderation because nobody understands.
Hey, Steve, can I ask him a question?
No. Desire $5 says you're not putting the blame on Tom Sawyer for scamming some kids to pay an offense. You're blaming Mark Twain. Well, yep. Yeah, damn right it's Mark Twain's fault. He wrote the thing. Right. Yeah, no, it's a good analogy. All right, so let's just get this out of the way so Leo can kind of like bring it down a notch. What are the Gish gallops he's gone to? Give me one thing. Give me one thing, and then
he's galloping me because every time I try to answer the question, he's asking me other questions.
That's not a Gish gallop.
That's what he's doing. So that's number one.
No, Leo. That's not a Gish gallop.
Leo, you just called me a liar, Leo. This is my very first.
You were lying.
Wait a minute, sir. Wait a minute. This is my first time talking to you. I don't even know who you are. Show me where I lied, sir.
That's not Gish galloping, though. I think you have a mistake.
I didn't claim you lied.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You didn't just call me a liar. You called me dishonest.
I didn't.
Didn't you call me dishonest?
Yeah.
Didn't you call me dishonest?
I called you dishonest. Dishonest doesn't mean lying.
Oh, that means you called me a liar, sir.
No, I didn't.
So what did I lie about, sir?
I didn't call you a liar.
What was I dishonest about, sir?
You're dishonest in your engagement. You won't answer questions that are obvious. You'll just dodge them. That's
Leo,
intellectually dishonest.
Leo, I agree with you, by the way, that
I believe that you're being intellectually dishonest right now, and I believe that you're acting like a dork, too.
Leo,
anyway,
you can believe that, but the difference is I can explain how you are, and you can't explain how I am.
Oh, yes, I can. I can tell you about your worldview better than you can.
No, you can't. You don't know what my worldview is.
Yes, I can. Oh, yes, I can.
You don't know what I believe. What's my worldview?
Yes, I do.
Hi, Mark. How's your day?
Yes, I do. Your argument is that you're a good person because you're an atheist.
I haven't mentioned anything about being a good person. I haven't mentioned
anything killing 100 million people in the last 100 years.
I gotta mute it.
Leo.
That's what you're guilty.
I gotta mute everybody. Okay.
Look at them. Look at how they just run. It's so fucking hilarious.
I'm not running.
Leo, everybody's got to mute. So, I just want this question resolved first, and then Leo can calm his tits a little bit. G-Man, you're not getting Gish Gallop correct. You could accuse him of sea lying, maybe, but we could argue that. But Gish Galloping is when you bring up multiple different topics that your opponent can not all address.
That's what they're doing.
No, he's not.
That's what they're doing.
No, he's not. Really not.
Yes, they are, Steve.
Just ask him to tell me what at least four different points that I brought up at the same time.
That other atheist was claiming that it's like impossible for them to choose one thing when God knows.
And let's stick on that. And that's a good point. Yeah, let's stick on that.
That's what he was trying to do, GG, but he couldn't do it. That's what he was trying to do, GG, but he couldn't do it.
I actually have a comment on that. I think the problem oftentimes is atheists seem to think that precognition is equivalent to predetermination. That knowing,
I want to get back on the Genesis thing real quick, if you don't mind.
Sorry. I haven't.
I'm not
finished.
okay. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do, Leo.
Sorry.
I got this little rule on here that I got, dude.
I'm sorry.
If you can't stay on topic, I know answer your questions. This is G-Man versus the world, not Leo versus the world.
Moderators, can we get some moderation in here?
This ain't Leo versus the world, my friend.
Can we get some moderation in here?
Because Leo is right on this. Predetermination and precognition are not the same things. And they should.
As I was rudely interrupted. The problem is that knowing about some event's occurrence prior to the occurrence of the event does not in any way, shape, or form mean that the agent who had that knowledge of the event's occurrence prior to its occurrence determined, decided, or specified for that event to occur at the time that it did. They just have knowledge of it. That doesn't mean that they're somehow causally.
So am I talking to Leo now? Or am I talking to Baldy up here? Which one am I talking to? Am I talking to the guy I was talking to originally? Or am I talking to Leo now?
Well, first of all, his name is Mark. He has an actual name.
Mark. Okay, Mark. I'm sorry, Mark.
I do not know how to
Mark. I was talking to you, Mark, but now Leo wants me to talk to him. So I need to know who I'm talking to. I don't believe in these kindergarten conversations.
I actually have a real one.
No offense.
Yeah, so am I. And I gave you an argument. I gave you an argument, and you haven't.
I was talking to Mark.
But doesn't Mark look like Tony Reed? Doesn't he look like Tony Reed? I swear to God, it's Tony Reed.
Well, they have the same last name.
I don't know who that is.
Leo's actually trying to.
All I know is this: I never answered this man's question one time yet. Remember that now. I never answered this question yet.
Mate, remember that. Leo's actually trying to help you out, G-Man, by attacking.
I don't need Leo's help.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, well,
I don't need Leo's help, sir.
He's trying to help.
You need help.
I need help. Oh, okay.
Yes, you do. You want to know why? Because you don't even know how to form your own argument.
Okay.
I know your argument better than you do. I know what you're trying to do. I was on Alex Botton's what was that show called? The I forget what it was called.
Lion Ghost,
but
show. I don't know.
Not the Lion Ghost show. The fundamentally flawed show where he attempted that nonsense.
That was in
and then they tried it on the Magic Sandwich show.
1992, man. You know how many years are going back on that?
Yeah. But he's trying to use this outdated argument that's been destroyed already. He doesn't even realize it yet. But sir, like I said, sir, you're taking responsibility off of human beings and you're putting everything on God. That, sir, is not what adults do. You know who does that? Little adolescents who don't want to take responsibility for their actions.
I don't believe in a God to put any responsibility.
Yes, you do. You just suppress the truth about him in unrighteousness, sir.
So you think I'm lying about?
Yes. No. I don't think you're lying. I know you're lying when you say that you don't believe that you believe in a God. Number one, you don't even know what a God is. Remember I said I would play defense? Now it's your turn. Define what God is, sir.
God is some form of supernatural entity that has a mind and can creation powers. I mean, that's a general statement.
Hey, Steve, you want to help him, Steve? Because me and you had this conversation before. You might want to help him now.
Well, no, I don't think he needs the help. I mean,
but this is going to be a short one.
He's not wrong, but I can give you my uses. This is my own stipulative uses. People can take it or leave it. But when I say God, oh my goodness, it was actually, I had it on a pinned tweet or somebody.
How can I be lying about knowing God and not know what a God is at the same time?
You don't know what a God is, and it's clear you don't. Your definition is limited.
He didn't even hear the question you asked, Mark. He didn't even hear. He doesn't wait for people to finish asking their questions.
You don't like it when it's done to you.
See
what I mean? When it's done to you.
He's doing the meme in the meme. Anyway, I actually don't have long. I got a really good buddy in a debate here in just a couple minutes. Steve, I wanted to ask you quickly if the argument that I was trying to run against G-Man there, would it be all right if I kind of just laid that out for the audience?
Yes, sir.
It won't take long. Yeah, so I think that initially the idea of God being responsible for the free decisions of Adam and Eve when they chose to disobey God, isn't going to work. That it's going to seem like Adam and Eve are responsible. But when you really take a step back, it seems that one of three things is going to have to be the case. Either A, God wanted them to disobey him, which is why they did, or that B, God created them with cognitive faculties through which they could be convinced of things that all things considered they ought not do because they're disobeying God. Why would God do that? Especially when there's no logical contradiction between God creating rational moral agents who possess free will, but who always choose to do what aligns with what God wants them to through their free actions. So why didn't he just create agents that do that? Or the third one is going to be that their rational faculties malfunctioned and they were just behaving irrationally when they ate the fruit. In which case, why did God create agents with irrational cognitive faculties? But in any of the three instances, at the end of the chain, it's going to be God's responsibility for it, because it's either God desired for them to
give those three again. So the first one is...
because it's either that God desired for them to disobey, God created it so that they could be convinced away from what he wants them to do, or God created them such that their cognitive faculties could malfunction. And in the case of the latter two, I just don't think that an omnipotent, omniscient, morally perfect being would do either of those.
Yeah, the definition I use is a necessary, and this is my own stipulative, a necessary being or agent with intentionality that all contingents are dependent upon and or can prescriptively change or suspend natural law by having complete dominion over an aspect of nature. I think it's pretty inclusive for when everybody talks about God, that you at least get the ball rolling. Because when somebody says, oh, well, I don't know what the hell you're talking about with God, then why are you in these conversations? It's like, this 2,000 years, at least start with something, right? So that's what I start with.
I think that's actually a really, really good. This will be the final comment, and then I do have to step out. I really like that definition. The only thing I don't really think it's much of a problem, but I think that something that somebody could say is that maybe that aligns more with a classical theistic conception of God. Deists might not accept all of the stipulations in that, but at the end of the day, I think that what you outlined there, Steve, is actually a really good.
I think it carries over to non-classical. I would actually put it to more actually non-classical, but for reasons I don't want to get into right now. But it's a good distinction to be made. Josiah Hanson 5$ says you're taking responsibilities off Tom Sawyer and putting it on Mark Twain again. Yep, damn.
So in short, what's your definition for God again?
Well, I am
a lot of nothing. In short, what's your definition for God again? In short,
okay. Let me clarify this. When I say definition, I think Leo, I'm not prescribing it. Again, these are descriptions. I'm not saying that anything meets the condition as a God. I'm just saying that when we use the word God, we're describing that. This is what I'm using it for. Let's like a square. You describe a square of having a polygon with 4 sides. Is it sufficient? No, it's necessary. So descriptions only describe. They do not prescribe. So, excuse me, I use a necessary being or agent with intentionality that all contingents are dependent upon and can prescriptively change or suspend natural law by having complete dominion over an aspect of nature. In other words,
that's not the definition for all gods.
Well, this is my. I said this is my stipulated one. Right. So this would include your God. This would be a monotheistic Yahweh God. This would be a Thor. Sure would. You know.
No, it wouldn't.
Wait, your God is okay. So hang on.
No, it wouldn't.
Your God isn't necessary. And by the way, I know Swinburne's argument for a narrowly logically contingent God. It's very complicated, but I do go to a more necessary being when I talk about God. But if you want to define him more narrowly logically contingent, fine. Godless probably knows more about that modalities, but you don't think God's necessary?
No, this is what I think. I think that you guys are against the Christian God. You ain't against nobody else. I believe that pagan God. Hold on a minute. I believe that pagan gods, deistic gods, and the other gods that these other religions claim that they believe in are totally different from the definition that you just gave.
No.
I'm glad that you put that out there in the chat because this does not fit. Hold on a minute. That does not fit all of the different definitions for God. For example, and you can laugh all you want, but these are just realities, okay? Christianity is not the only belief system in the world. It's not even a religion, for crying out loud. The bottom line is that if you watch ESPN, right, they use religious terminologies to talk about their players because they believe in hero worship, okay? Now, some of the people that believe that they're a god is Kevin Durant. Now, you're going to sit there and tell me that Kevin Durant's not a god because he doesn't fit your definition. But of course, there are different definitions for a guy. Like, for example, a superhuman. Kevin Durant's basically saying that he believes that he's a superhuman.
Yeah, and that doesn't fit into this definition, and I don't include that.
Okay, it don't fit your definition, but it's more than one definition for God.
There you go, because that's not what I'm talking about.
And in order to be an atheist, now hold on a minute, because this is the big part now.
Do you know
in order to be an atheist, you have to reject all claims of God, and then more importantly, have a rational and logical reason for not believing in those gods.
I don't think Mark's a god.
So my question for you, sir, is as an atheist, can you please explain to me why Kevin Durant would be incorrect about being a god, according to how hero worship works?
Because it's a metaphor that nobody actually believes that he is a divine sort of, it's called a metaphor. Yeah. It's just something we use as a descriptor. Like if Kevin Durant worship, that guy's a dog, I don't actually mean that they're species sort of canine familiars. I don't think they're
Is Kevin Durant worship?
Don't start with dogs. No, we're not there.
No.
Wait a minute, Mark, is Kevin Durant worshipped?
I don't know who that is.
I don't know either. But
okay, Kevin Durant is an NBA player who plays presently on the Brooklyn Nets. LeBron James is another person who's worshipped a lot by a lot of bronsexuals here on the internet. And I'm sorry if you're a bronsexual and you're watching this. And people worship Michael Jordan. They even erected a statue of him outside of Chicago.
Do they have any?
So, sir, when we're talking about hero worship, explain to me how he's not a deity.
Because it's not relevant. It's a completely different thing. It's
very relevant, especially when you claim of being an atheist.
I'm not an atheist.
How is he not a god?
But here's the thing.
How is he not a god?
Because that's a societal thing. As again, metaphors.
It's a societal thing. Can I have some evidence for that, sir?
I
want to ask.
Can I have some evidence for that, sir?
G-Man, you haven't answered my question though. Is your God a necessary being, the one that you worship?
Oh, my God is a very necessary being. Okay. But you're not an atheist because you don't got a logical reason for not believing in hero worship.
Because it's irrelevant. It's
you understand what I'm saying? It's stupid. And then don't even get me started on the deistic God. Don't even get me started on that one. Which most atheists don't have a problem with.
Nobody started you. You kind of started yourself.
So, sir, I know it's funny, sir. But historically speaking, atheism is against Abrahamic gods. Okay, everybody knows that.
No,
you don't have an argument.
Hang on, that's not correct. The original term for atheos, and we have a doctor in the live chat, Dr. Michael Jones, who's a brilliant. You remember Dr. Jones, right? Okay, and I'm sure he'll probably agree with it. Atheos was originally to describe Christians that did not worship the state-sanctioned Roman pantheonic gods, right? So they were without gods, as in being forsaken by the gods, but they still had a monotheistic belief. This is the original usage of the term atheos. Well, I'm a linguist and an historical expert.
You're gonna have the Catholics that if the Catholics told you that, I feel sorry for you.
If he tells me I'm wrong on that, then
I can talk about them too. But the point of the matter is that atheism is supposed to be against all. Hold on a minute. Atheism is supposed to be, sir. I don't like it when other people tell me about my belief system. I know what I believe, sir.
What's this?
And I'm trying to let you know what I believe.
G-Man, what's
you
this?
clearly don't know nothing about Christianity. So let me educate you about your atheism.
G-Man, what's this?
Yeah.
Dr. Jones, Steve is right.
Yeah.
That's great. I don't care if he thinks he's right.
It's got nothing to do with what an atheist is defined.
I want to hear a logical and rational reason against hero worship.
Well, it's not a god. Like, nobody actually.
How do you know that? How do you know that?
Well, because they don't have a religious organization surrounding them, and
that's not true.
What we would consider.
That's not true. It's called ESPN. It's called a football field. It's called a basketball field. What are you talking about, dude?
Okay, so if you want to call a basketball player a god and say that's your definition of a god,
go for it.
That's fine. But I could.
What about Anton LaVey?
Well, hang on, let him finish.
Well, I could call.
What about Anton LaVey, sir?
And say, hey, coffee is my god, right? And then,
there are Hindus that believe that, sir.
Right, but
there are Hindus that believe that.
I don't believe any of them are.
You know how big Hinduism is?
Yeah. So.
Do you know how big Hinduism is?
But Mark doesn't believe they're gods either, so it's consistent.
That's my point. My argument is that you guys don't have a logical and rational reason to argue against all the definitions for God. Christian gods, you guys can say, oh, he's invisible, therefore he doesn't exist. That's basically what you guys say. But in terms of like the naturalistic gods, the pantheist gods, or anything like that, you guys don't got an argument. You guys sound like a bunch of babbling philosophers that don't know what you're talking about. You're saying that nobody really does. Who are you speaking for, sir? You ain't speaking for me, and you ain't speaking for the rest of the world. You're speaking for you. You don't know what goes on around the world.
Calm down. My main argument was I don't believe there is a mind without a brain. That would apply to a pantheistic religion just as much as a single monotheistic God.
Absolutely.
Now, the whole idea that I'm against God, I don't see a God to be against, and I don't believe any God claim. So
yes, you do.
Is just
yes, you do.
All right, let me ask you this.
Yes, you do.
Wait, quick. We have Michael King for £2. Thank you, Michael. Hey, you. He has a sticker, so thank you, Michael King. I appreciate. I read all super chats and stickers.
Sir, how do you make sense of morality without God, sir?
Oh yeah, so
that's the presuppositional argument, right? How do you make sense? Hold on a minute, Steve. Hold on.
Okay,
so, sir, how do you make sense out of morality without God? How do you determine what's good and what is evil without a moral absolute?
Sure. Okay, so morality seems to be a social construct derived from the origin of social animals. Like, for instance, we see sort of a proto-morality in apes and other social creatures. So the two sort of things that we generally base morality on is empathy and reciprocity, and we can see those in other animals. Once we have a moral structure in place, we can then make moral judgments to say what is good and what is bad within that moral structure. I don't think the universe has anything that really cares whether we succeed or fail as a societal species, but I think it is important to us.
Sir, does the government agree with you on that?
What do you mean? The government
does your government agree with you that is based on what you learn from animals?
The government doesn't make moral pronouncements. It makes.
Oh, yes, they do. This is what they tell you. If they tell you, if the government says to you, sir, in Australia, that if you kill this person, you're going to prison.
Sure, that's illegal.
Did you hold on a minute? In your worldview, did you deserve to go to prison? Yes or no?
Well, that's a legal thing, and yes, in my worldview, I do.
Why?
Well, I think they do. I think the governments do make.
There are animals that murder other animals all the time.
I do think,
and I'm talking about strictly for fun. Can you, and especially orcas, you should really learn about those killer whales one day.
I do think.
Right?
I do think.
Can you do me a favor and explain to me why is it wrong to murder somebody, please?
G-Man, I do think governments do make moral proclamations.
My Bible tells me that we wasn't created to do those things. That goes against God's nature, and it is absolutely wrong to murder 100% of the time.
I feel like you asked me.
Why is it wrong to murder?
Don't allow me to answer.
Yeah, I just want to say real quick because I don't think you guys can hear me because there's lag or something. It's really bad because it's just weird. I think G-Man, how long does it take to hear after I say something? Hello.
I hear you.
Oh, okay. It seems like okay, but don't
I
you
want to
think,
know why is it wrong to murder somebody in the atheistic worldview?
Don't you think the government does make moral proclamations because it's deontological? I mean, that's by the rule of obeying laws and things of that nature. I mean,
so moral absolutes is it?
Well, no. It's not moral absolutism. That's a whole different genre of moral theory. But I do think
that's what I believe. I believe in moral absolutes, and so do you.
I do think the onus
because of God.
I do think the onus we have to obey certain things in a deontological status is something that will be comparable for a government to have moral proclamations to say this is a wrong course of action. If you have this course of action, there would be repercussions. So I don't have a problem with that, but they're not the arbitrators of what actually morality is. There's certain laws that obviously we've had that are immoral laws. They're not absolute.
Why is it wrong to murder?
Do you believe?
Well, I mean, I can
I'll give that one.
Why is it wrong to murder?
Okay, so I'm a meta-ethical relativist. So I believe that once we create a moral structure in a society, we can create a moral structure. And I do like Sam Harris's idea of well-being. So once we do create that, hey, we care about the well-being of the society and individuals within it, we can then make objective evaluations of what is good for that objective and what is bad for that objective. So that's a form of utilitarianism.
Are you sure that you're moral relativist? Or didn't mean moral objectivist, or maybe even moral universalist?
No, I'm a relativist, meta-ethical relativist. So I think
I deny moral relativism, but I do accept moral universalism and moral objectivism. And I like Sam Harris's argument as well. But go ahead.
I do.
I want to know why it's wrong to murder. You ain't say nothing yet, sir. You told me your opinion. Why is it wrong to murder?
The problem with Sam Harris's argument is he can't tell us why why it's true that we ought to aim for well-being.
That's true because it's not.
I got a knife right here. It's not. Tell me why I shouldn't murder somebody. I got a knife right here.
Yeah, we're having a discussion.
Tell me why I shouldn't murder somebody.
We're having a discussion. So
knife right here.
I agree with you because he's not going for categorical. He's going for hypothetical, right? A hypothetical impairment. So that'd be a goal oriented. So yes, you're right. Categorically, he can't. Sam Harris, I don't think he can make that argument. But I want.
So why is it wrong to murder?
Go ahead, Mark.
I'm not. I'm saying that the meta-ethics, the goal for well-being is subjective, but once we agree,
why is well-being so important?
It is objective.
Yeah, you would have to get, but you're admitting then you don't have an argument that.
Yeah.
Well, we should aim for well-being.
Well, why we ought to aim for well-being? There's no reason.
It just seems like a preference. Are you saying it's anything other than your preference?
It's a grounding.
That's right. There's nothing saying, there's nothing objective in the universe saying.
Okay, well, preferences are neither true or false, sir.
Yeah, so I'm going to go get a knife and murder somebody right now because you can't even give me a reason why it's wrong to murder somebody. So I'll be right back.
I probably wouldn't say that.
I'm going to go murder somebody.
Here's the thing. I understand Girl's argument, and she's not wrong. Yes, these are arbitrary groundings. But the whole reason I believe we have morality is so we have a functional society, which I think Mark would probably agree with. That's right. What is the point of having morality? We have to be able to get along. We have to have societal relationships with each other. There's actually what's called contractualism. If you read Scalion's work, which is beyond my level, it's way out there. It's so high level, but that's the reason why we have morality. So sure, College goes absolutely right. It is arbitrary. We cannot have any kind of categorical imperative of what the is or the ought. And I believe that. I don't think that we probably can, but we have to do the next best thing and have a hypothetical imperative and say, look, this is what we have to do to have a functional society. This is what would be my morality. What the hell else are we talking about in the discourse? That's my view.
That's fine. I can agree with that. But when you're talking to a theist, that's another matter.
I know. And you're not wrong, Alice. I know.
Okay, so Mark, since you're clearly inexperienced at this, Mark, since you're clearly inexperienced, Mark.
J-Man, I just want to clarify one thing, that I would like there to be an objective morality where the universe says this is right and this is wrong. However, I just don't think that's there. I think that our morality is there so we can function as a society, and we have to deal with that. I'm interested in the truth, not what I want to.
If you're interested in the truth, then stop thinking that the universe has a brain to think. God has a brain to think, and God can tell you what is right and what is wrong because you can look at his nature. Okay, murder is universally. Hold on a minute, sir. Murder is universally around the world wrong. Even the people that commit it knows it's wrong because they tried to hide their actions. And tell me this: give me my moral justification for raping godless girl. Tell me, why would it be good in any scenario you can possibly conjure up for me to rape godless girl?
That makes me really uncomfortable.
No, it doesn't make me uncomfortable. There's a lot of other examples I got here.
So your
give me an example where the KKK is good.
I want to respond to your questions, right?
Yeah.
So first off, a society that did murder people was the Aztecs. They lasted for a long time, committed a ton of human sacrifice, and that was all fine. That's what they did. So that's your universalism just thrown out the window. The other thing is, why is it wrong to do something against godless girl? It's because if you're looking for well-being in a society, it is wrong within that society to take that action to cause
based on what?
Well-being.
Based on what?
Based on the meta-ethical structure you have when you live in that society.
Are you talking about what the government says?
You can leave the society. No, society's not the government. Like, we have things that society frowns upon that the government doesn't say anything about.
We got a rookie here.
So it might be morally right towards the goal of well-being of the society and people to help somebody with their groceries. But the government doesn't prescribe that to people. The government's not going to step in and say, hey, you didn't do something moral. You know.
Are you aware what's going on in Iraq right now? Are you aware that women are being raped and is societally okay for that? And are you aware that in their society,
I don't think that's
wait a minute, hold on a minute. It's okay to treat women like they're trash. Are you aware that they can behead people over there in their society? There's a lot of stuff going on in that society that you got to call good.
All right,
I don't have to call
one
good.
sec. Yeah, I don't either.
Yes, you do, because it goes on in their society. And they learned it in their society. No, sir, murder is wrong across the board. Everybody knows it. Even you're just trying to make an intellectual argument to try to get out of it.
I happen to agree with that. And, well, murder, by the way, murder's a legal definition. But let me get this out of the way real quick. So I got two people in here. I don't know who they are, but I'm going to give them a chance real quick. Kermit, who are you?
Oh, commitment. Oh, brother.
Yeah.
Good evening, Mr. McRae. How are you?
Yeah, very good. Wait, I know this voice, and it's not Kermit.
This is a troll.
No, I think I know this.
You got the wrong one in here.
I'm Kermit.
Really, yeah, I know who does a really good Kermit voice, but I don't think that's him. I don't know.
This is a troll.
Do you know? Yeah. What do you got to add real quick,
Wait,
Kermit?
Godless Girl is also a troll. What kind of accusation is that?
No, that's true.
Godless Girl's a good troll. You're not.
She's a white hat.
Right, but people like me.
Do they?
Anyways, yeah, they do.
All right.
I gotta like me too.
I gotta bring Sister.
And I'm not
gonna
take you seriously either. Sorry.
I only got room for 6. Yeah, Sister, what do you like to add, Sister J?
G-Man, shut your bitch ass up.
you're gonna keep. No, come back. I'll keep you. Okay,
you want to know what, though, ma'am? You're right. I'm going to be quiet as soon as you get in the kitchen and make me some dinner.
Oh, wow.
You're supposed to.
What? You think?
You should hear his views on gay people.
Wow. Real quick, so I got to read this. Edwards, $10. Every believer says they speak to God, yet when I place a believer in the deadened sound room that when they're silent, I've recorded no frequencies consistent with human voice, nor within normal range. Is it telepathy?
I would like for that person to come in the room and I like to talk to them.
I want to talk to Sister J too. That was funny.
Yeah, that was hilarious. But I would like to talk to them on how they know they're thinking and how they hear it.
Hang on. I mean, first of all, we all say comedy. Look, I like humor, you know that, and I say things comedically.
Yeah.
Nothing serious. Never be racist. Never be sexist.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know what G-Man was. That a true sexist remark, or is this just trying to be funny?
Well, that was a very sexist remark. That lady told me to shut my butt up, and I said, okay, fine, I'm going to shut up. Just get in the kitchen and make me some food.
G-Man, didn't you once tell someone you thought was underage that you wanted her to eat your strudel?
Strudel?
I'm sorry, who?
Strudel?
Didn't you one time say someone you thought was underage that you wanted her to eat your strudel?
McRae, you got those, how can I put this, McRae? You got the supporters of,
you're kind of deflecting right now.
Let me see something here. The supporter of a certain atheist you don't want to talk about in here.
All right, I got it. Sorry, Kermit, but that's funny. I seriously. But
yeah, that was hilarious. Yeah,
I got to go with G-Man here. Nothing's personal. It's not personal, Kermit. But anyways, so G, I do want to finish this that train of thought because it's kind of important to me. What do you think about women then? Do you think women are second-class citizens?
Are we done with morality?
Well, this is I think this is very prevalent.
This is kind of related.
I think this is relevant.
Oh no, I love women, all shapes and sizes. Big women, fat women, skinny women, short women.
That's not what
really
I asked.
Short women.
I didn't ask that. I asked though. Do you think women are secondary to men?
I'm old school. I believe that men are supposed to lead and women are supposed to follow.
I'm gonna take that as a yes. You think that women are
No. I believe that men are supposed to lead. Like, for example, if you get in a relationship these days, most relationships fail because they believe that both of you are equal and you're supposed to do the exact same thing. But Steve, I'm sure you can identify with this a little bit. I hope you can a little bit. Have you ever heard a woman say, we're equal, we're going to take care of the bills together, and the moment you can't put money on the food on the table, you're not a real man.
I don't date money-hungry, grubby people.
Yeah, but that's how a lot of females act out there. So since they behave like that and they want to act like
that wasn't really
crazy
my question.
feminists.
I want to know, do you feel that men equal? Okay, how about this? Let me ask you this. Let me rephrase it. Then, Mark, I want you to kind of join in on that. Do you think that men and women are equal in the eyes of God?
I believe that we're equal in the eyes of God, but I believe we have different roles in the eyes of God. Women aren't supposed to be doing what men are doing, and men ain't supposed to be doing what women are doing. Like, for example, I got no business trying to have a baby. I got no business trying to be emotional for my kid. Like, that's just not me. A woman's going to be much better at that than me.
Do you think that women are subservient to men, that they are the head of
he does. He does. Absolutely does.
No, I don't believe that they're subservient.
Yeah, you do.
See, I understand that the majority of the women in this society, I'm just going to give you an admission here, that the majority of the women in this society today ain't nothing but a bunch of feminists who forgot who they are, and they think they can just say whatever they want to you. So I like to remind them every now and then about the kitchen, the toilet, and the house need to be clean and all the other stuff. In serious conversations, however, what I tell them is that a man is supposed to lead. Okay.
Why can't
and there are
lead?
Things that there's a role for a man and there's a role for a woman.
I want to know, why can't women lead?
Well, they can lead, but it's not the way we can.
Well, I'm not going to argue there's different. Okay, look, I don't think it has to do with sex.
Have you ever seen the WNBA and the NBA before?
Hang on. I just think people have different ways of leading. Okay, and I don't think it has any gender specific. Although there are things that mainly you might men tend to be more aggressive and more heavy handed probably. But again, these are very general, much generalities.
Should the WNBA get paid the same thing the NBA players are getting paid?
Hang on, let me finish my question. But all in all, do you think that when it comes to leadership ability overall, if like two applicants are both equally qualified for position, they should hire the woman? I mean, should they hire the man over the woman?
No. I didn't say that.
Okay,
you're misrepresenting
clarify,
me.
please. You're digging in your hole.
I'm not saying that, and I clarified that on my channel several times. What I'm saying basically is that naturally speaking, in the home, at the workplace, in anything, you know what I mean? Men typically are the ones who are leading. The women are usually the ones that is pushing or making that man lead or whatever. Like I said, I don't know what kind of I don't know how your neighborhoods are, but if you get involved in a woman where I come from and you don't put no food on the table, you ain't no real man. If you don't take care of your kids, you ain't no real man. If you don't do certain responsibilities that you're supposed to do in your home, then you ain't no real man. Why is it that they get to say that to you? Hold on a minute.
Okay.
Why is it that they get to say that to you, but we're equal? If something weighs 300 pounds and we're so equal, pick it up yourself. Why do I gotta hold it open? Hold on a minute. Why do I gotta hold the door open for you? Hold on a minute.
Chivalry?
Why do I gotta be polite to her? If we're equal, there's feminism. There's the feminism that women need in order to get equal pay and get treated a certain way. Then there's that toxic nonsense that they go out there and they lie to everybody. And look, like for example, Godless Girl. Let me hear you on this, Godless Girl. Should a man punch a woman in the face?
Well, I'd like to address that.
Mark, 1 second. I got a legitimate question. She's a woman. Hold on a minute. Godless Girl. Should a man punch a woman in the face? Yes or no? For any circumstance whatsoever.
Generally speaking, no, but I wouldn't take a principled stance against it.
Well, should a woman punch a man in the face?
No.
Should a woman smack a man?
I don't know.
Then why is it that our laws say that if a man hits a woman, it's domestic violence, but if a woman does it,
it's domestic violence.
Take it, man. You're stronger.
It's domestic violence.
It's domestic violence either way.
You know what I mean? In our society, we go to jail and we're ostracized.
No.
I'm going to keep it real here. I don't know what y'all worldview is, but let me just get mine out here. One of the things that irritates me about this planet is that if I go out there and I put my hands on a woman, I'm this horrible person, and society will look at me like, how could you? He smacked me, man. Just take it up, man. Don't worry about it, man. Just be a man and just take it up. Like for example, what if I said Muhammad Ali's daughter should get in the ring with Mike Tyson? Would you pay to watch that?
This is Gish Gallop.
This is Gish Gallop.
It's not a Gish Gallop. It's you guys not understanding my position. That's what it is.
It's totally Gish Gallop.
Right. Well, I'm trying to, because I don't think
No, you're not. No, you're not. You're either ignorant to what's going on in the world, or you're just pretending right now.
Let him finish.
I don't think a woman saying you've fallen on hard times, or you're in poverty and you can't put food on the table, you're not. I don't think that's right either. Telling you that you're not a real man because you're poor, or
I don't think it happens often either.
Financially provide. Well, I mean, it may do. I'm not saying it's right. I disagree with it. I think that if a man is beaten by a woman and he is in fear of his life, he should be able to defend himself and fight back.
Damn right.
There are absolutely cases of women killing men or beating men or doing things where the guy really should be able to defend himself. I don't believe in any violence. I don't think a man should initiate violence. I don't think a woman shouldn't. No, I don't think.
You don't believe in boxing? You don't believe in the sport of boxing?
Well, but that's consensual.
You don't watch WWE wrestling or nothing like that? Stop the lying, dude. You do watch boxing and you do believe in some violence. Stop it.
I watched some MMA and I did like some boxing. I used to box a little bit. I literally have a boxer's break on my finger. Okay, so hey, by the way, Mark, so let me ask you this, because this is how I look at it, and I want your opinion on it. So I believe force is matched with force, okay? And you only need to use as much force as necessary to resolve things. It's called de-escalation, or whatever, minimally more in order to get the upper hand. Okay, in other words, if somebody like just comes up and just kicks me, I don't have the right to take their life. If they pull a weapon on me and I feel like my life is in danger, I'm going to do what I have to do to defend myself. And I do carry around a utility blade, which is a utility blade with only a tactical handle and a 3.5 inch sharpened blade, a very, very sharp blade. But the thing is, like with a woman, it has to do with size and it has to do with other things. Like I watched this thing the other day. I watched this thing the other day where like these cops were punching women. Now, in like one of the cases, the women clearly gave it I would almost call it, I hate to say love tap, but it was very, very obviously nothing of any consequence, right? And he met with force as in a full out closed fist, bam. That was over the top, right? Because it wasn't needing to be what it was. Now, if she was coming at him with a knife, I would knock the shit out of her like I would anybody else. Not because she's a woman or a man, but it has to do with situations. And I don't think that's what G-Man kind of gets, that everything one of these is nuanced, and you have to meet the responsible force with responsible force. I agree with Gigi on that, or Goddess Go as well. She probably would be like, hey, some chick comes after me, I have to do what I have to do to defend myself. At that point, I don't think of her as a woman, I think of her as a threat, and that's the point. Right.
And so if a woman just slaps me in the face and she's obviously not, trying to hurt me, just slap, I mean, it's better just to de-escalate and walk away.
Right.
It's going to cause, that's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but it's probably not a good idea to escalate violence. But if somebody is a woman is beating the shit out of me, basically, like some of these guys have been in domestic violence cases, I think you do have a right to defend yourself. I don't think you should just. I mean, guys have died through this before.
They sure have. Yes. And you know what, Muhammad Ali's daughter, I don't know what your name is, but you need to challenge Mike Tyson to a fight. And by the way, I think Ronda Rousey should fight a man in the UFC. And
she would probably win.
Listen to me. I believe that the next time I play a woman in basketball, I'm going to record it, and I'm going to show people the reason why women shouldn't be playing us in basketball. I'm going to show everybody. It ain't going to be no talking. I'm going to show you.
To do with it. It's just.
It has everything to do with it because you say they're equal. And they can do everything the same.
But here's the thing: we're not. No. You're confused on what equality means. By
you guys crack me the heck up. You know what? Maybe I should try out for the WNBA. I'll be the best player in the league.
We're not talking about everybody. Like even among men, not everybody is equal ability to one another. We're talking about the rights, opportunities, and how people are treated as groups within a society. So men and women are treated as groups, as equals.
And how do you do that? How does that look?
Being elevated.
How does that look?
Another. Well, I mean,
and how does that look?
We can do things like stamp out sort of the idea that women can't do certain things just because there's a bunch of backward people that think they can't.
They can't. Listen to me. Men were created, and I'm surprised you live in Australia. I guess all the men over there are dead too. But I'm just saying, like most men, we can take it. We're built to take it. To take all this abuse and punishment. Women aren't, because they get all emotional when they start going through all these things. But you want to sit here on this show here and play make-believe and act like that's not the reality? Dude, whatever, dude. You don't live in the real world.
I think that people have different coping strategies. And look, I've worked for bosses that are women that have been better than some of the male bosses I've worked for. There's a broad spectrum of people out there with a number of different styles. And unfortunately, your religious view has you thinking
my religious view
and women can't.
My religious view. This ain't got nothing to do with religion, sir. This has got to do with common sense. Listen to me. I'm going on science on you now.
I haven't heard much common sense.
Listen to me.
Since I got
Physically speaking, sir, I'm about to educate you about something because maybe you got man boobs. I don't know. but physically speaking, we're stronger than women. You do understand that, right?
Not all. You're talking about there's no one size fits all.
The average woman is not as strong as the average man.
Average.
Right.
Yes.
Do I need to show you the difference between a lioness and a male lion?
I thought
there is a big difference between the two.
Funny because the lioness does the hunting.
Yeah, she does the hunting, but who does the protecting? Sir, let me ask you this, and I ask all atheists this question really you're going to be asking for the first time. What's going to happen when you get married and you got children and somebody breaks into your home? Oh, I know what you're going to do. Honey, we're equal. I protected you last week. Me and the children are going to hide underneath the bed while you go out there and protect them, while you protect us. That's what you would do. That's what a sissy would do. That's not what a man would do.
I am married.
You are? So if somebody came in your house right now looking to kill everybody in there, would you tell your wife to hide and you go take care of them, or would you hide and let her take care of you?
Possibly. I don't know. I mean, she's pretty mean. She could probably hurt somebody. But I mean,
I got to get this clip.
We would both defend the household. Why wouldn't
you would hide behind your wife if you got robbed?
I didn't say that. Why would I?
Okay, so if you got robbed, who's going to protect who? Tell me, because I want to come and see you. I want to see you. I'm going to bring a gun with me, and I want her to see how well she does.
Wow, that's
I want to see how well she does.
You're a bit out there. Look, I'm the biggest, stronger person. In that situation, I would probably take the forefront. Absolutely.
In that situation?
Yeah, in that situation. Yeah.
How does your wife feel safe around you when you're out there with other dudes? Because you know other guys are looking at other girls all the time. So if you're going out there, listen, dude, I'm just keeping this real, because some of these people in this chat agree with me. I don't care what they say, okay? So the bottom line is this, okay? If you go out to the beer club or the pub or whatever the heck you guys call it out there in Australia, and four guys is walking up to you saying, "Hey, honey, you married?" And you go, "Yeah, she married to me." And then they want to get all physical. You're going to hide behind her and she's going to represent?
No. G-Man, are you married?
That's personal.
Wait, you can ask
you asked me that question.
The reason why that's personal is because all of Steve McRae's enemies and all of my enemies are watching right now. That's personal. But I will tell you this, though.
He's not married. He's never been married.
Not married. Right.
I will tell you this, though. I will tell you this. In 2022, hold on a minute. I'll tell you this, though. In 2022, I'm unavailable.
Are you worried about being like your woman stepping out with other guys and stuff? Is that something that really concerns you?
No, sir. I can't. I'm on Steve's show. I can't say what I want to say, but I'll tell you this. There's a lot of internet trolling going on today. Do some research. You'll see what I'm talking about. Go look up G-Man.
No. I know you longer than anybody here probably, and I know the history. But I mean, what I think is weird is that you're able to ask Mark whether he has kids, and then when he asks you a very similar related question.
Personal. Do you not see who's watching?
Let me finish.
Do you not see who's watching your show?
Let me finish. When you ask, I don't. Hey, look, this is public. Anybody can watch. I can't stop people from freaking watching. But when you ask Mark a very personal question, which fine, and you can ask, there's nothing wrong with that, and he answers it, and it's
personal.
But you asked him a personal question, he answered. But you don't answer personal questions.
I believe, Steve, the first thing I said is that's kind of personal, and you pressed me on it and said, hey, I want to know. So it seems like a bit of hypocrisy coming out from the older.
No, it's not hypocrisy. It's personal.
That's what
I'm answering your question. I'm just saying it's personal.
Well, no, I'm not doubting it's personal, but that's.
See, in order for me to talk about this, I would have to break. I would have to break one of his rules.
Yeah,
for me to talk about this, I got to break one of his rules, and I can't do it.
I get it. I
understand what I'm saying. So don't push me because I'll start talking about it.
But you can answer yes or no.
And I know y'all don't want to talk to me about no hypocrisy. You might want to go. You might want to back up on that one a little bit.
You can answer yes or no. You're not married, right?
I mean, I am unavailable. All the women out there in 2022.
What about the men?
Okay, that is my answer. I'm unavailable.
What about the men?
So I'm not.
In 2021, worried. I was available, but in 2022, I am not available.
No, okay. Yeah.
So I'm not worried about my wife stepping out with other guys or cheating on with other guys or doing any of that. It doesn't even cross my mind. And people don't step up to me and say, "Hey, I want your wife and stuff." That's not what happens. I don't know where you're going, but
you have a very interesting little world. No one robs you. No one tries to rape you. Nobody tries to do anything. Nobody challenges your manhood. Are you sure you live in Australia?
I live in that world too.
Are you sure you live in Australia, sir?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, he does.
You live in the Outback?
Bro, you
don't live in
your
no, I'm sorry.
house. Like, what are you talking
You sound like you live in Sissyville, dude. That's what I sound like.
I am curious. So, Sister J, how are your sandwich making skills? Because apparently that's how you're good for going to G-Man.
That's right. I need a sandwich.
I love G-Man. G-Man knows who I am by the sound of
No,
my
I don't.
voice. Okay, well,
No, I
never
don't.
mind then. He doesn't remember me. Obviously, I'm not using my actual. This is a troll for me.
Yeah, I
but
get that.
No,
but I don't recognize your voice either.
G-Man likes to.
I don't know who you are.
Okay, cool. G-Man told me he wants me to make sandwiches, whatever. But what he fails to realize, I do that for a living, and I get paid very well to do that. So jokes on you. Like,
congratulations. How's McDonald's doing?
What? How's
Mickey D's doing?
Sandwiches for free.
I don't say no.
Yourself.
How's Mickey D's doing?
I don't work at McDonald's, but
yes, you do. You said you make sandwiches for a living.
Way more money than you've ever made.
Do you work at Blimpie? Do you work at Blimpie, ma'am?
Where?
Do you work at Blimpie, ma'am?
What is that? Does anybody know what that is?
I do. Yeah.
Wait a minute. You don't know what a Blimpie is?
Blimpie's is like Subway, but they only exist.
No, I've never even heard of that before.
Sister J, I have a question.
Oh, okay, I'll tell you what. Have you heard of Subway? Have you heard of Subway? Because you probably work at Subway.
Stop, G-Man. Sister J, can G-Man afford one of your sandwiches?
No.
Okay.
I can't. Ma'am, how much is your sandwich? I'm curious.
I don't know. Right now you're supporting Shani and Reb, who, So you don't have
ma'am, how much is a sandwich, ma'am?
Why don't I have to tell you how much a sandwich is?
Well, I'm sure a sandwich, the most a sandwich can be is like about $50, right?
McDonald's.
How much is a sandwich? You said I can't afford one.
That's personal.
How much is a sandwich?
That's personal.
Is it $100? Is it $200?
Look at him.
Is it $300? Is it $400? Is it safe to say that you are lying, ma'am? Wait a minute, ma'am. Is it safe to say that you are a liar, ma'am?
You want to hear something so funny?
Is it safe to say that you are a liar, ma'am?
I went to the bank today.
Ma'am, go make me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, because that's all you're worth, honey.
Right now.
And after that, you can make me a baby too if you want. So get lost.
God damn! What the fuck?
Wow.
You can go make me a baby too.
Literally, this man's a 60-year-old man.
You can go make me some baby.
Never had kids. I wonder why. No woman wants to come near him.
Who told you that? Where you get and where's your proof of that?
Oh, wait. You mean to pull up the video? Like, okay, I'm not even gonna get into that.
Wait a minute, you're either Lady Aiden or you're burnt toast.
Me and Burnt Toast.
And if you're Burnt Toast, you're not even 18. What are you doing in here?
See, you keep saying stuff.
You're not even 18.
Burnt Toast is a grown ass woman, and then you talk about
No. Burnt Toast needs to reach puberty.
Can I just say something?
Burnt Toast hasn't reached puberty yet.
Being a minor, but then he was talking about frosting her strudel or something as if he's sexualizing a child.
What did
That's
okay, first of all, let me clarify this, because this is actually important. I know the name Burnt Toast. I think they've been around for a while.
I am good at what I do.
If I'm not mistaken. Although there's been many similar names. Does G-Man know that this person happens to be under 18 and then says that kind of comment? Is that?
Oh yeah, she's definitely under 18. Yes, she's definitely under 18.
She's under 18, but she has told him repeatedly that she is not a minor. So, but he keeps saying she's a minor.
Yeah, she is. She has the IQ of a minor, that's for sure.
Certificate. He wants.
She doesn't have a birth certificate. Okay. She has a picture of a toast.
I'm confused here.
She has a picture of a toast.
So
she doesn't have nothing.
She's not truly.
All she is a voice on YouTube trying to be relevant. That's it.
She's kind of the same.
She had 11K subs.
This is taking a really dark turn. Welcome to the NonSequitur Show. Even for non-sec, this is dark.
No, he doesn't. He's a child. That's why nobody wants to keep him in a serious conversation, and he fails to realize this. That's why nobody wants to ever invite them to the show. And so I'm like, I'm amazed that he is here today, because you're not gonna have a serious conversation. He's gonna do the same tired arguments he's been doing for years.
Oh, I've known G-Man since 2014. I know,
because that's how he debates. He overtalks everybody.
Yeah, no, I
and then like him coming on here, and the first thing he says to me, because I told him to shut up, was, "Oh, go make me a sandwich" or something like that. Like, that hurts my feelings. Like, literally,
it does. How do you think I feel when you tell me to shut up?
What?
I thought we were equal.
And he didn't know that you actually do make sandwiches and you make money at it.
You know what? I thought we were equal. Now shut up and go make me a sandwich.
Wow, you're so cool. You're so cool.
I'm just missing something here, I have a feeling. So
you heard her feelings, but she can tell me to shut up.
Hang on.
Listen, you hypocrite. Go get lost.
You hurt my feelings. I said you were trying to hurt my feelings.
You are a hypocrite, lady. Shut up. You're dumb. Get in the kitchen.
I just want to
go in the kitchen and shut up.
I just want to make sure I'm understanding it right. So you're telling Sister J And I'm no offense. I don't know your voice. I'm just trusting you that you're just right troll.
She's a troll. She might porn bomb you, so you better be careful.
I'm not going to porn bomb you.
You porn bomb my channel.
I would have done it if I was going to do it.
You porn bomb my channel.
I did not.
I know exactly who you are. You porn bomb my channel.
He doesn't even know who I am, and then he's going to say I porn bombed his channel.
You're Lady Aiden. You're Lady Aiden.
I am not Lady Aiden.
Yes, you are.
And neither did she.
I want to know something. I want to know something.
Can't.
So you're saying to her, make you a sandwich, and what do you say about impregnating her or something? Make a baby?
Oh yeah, I said make me some babies and go make me a sandwich. That's what I told her.
What the fuck am I?
You know why I did that? Because she came in a room and told me to shut up, and then this comedian came in here and said that hurts her feelings, but she told me to shut up. She's a hypocrite, just like the rest of her group.
But the thing
I ain't paying her no mind. And you know what? I think it's time to say that this dumb lady activated hypocrisy mode. She's activating hypocrisy mode. That's what you're doing. Wait till you see what I'm gonna do with you. You thought I was cool to burnt toast. Wait till you see what I'm gonna do to you.
Does burnt toast? Look, I have a rule that something's being spoken about. Generally speaking, if I don't, especially obviously there's something not banned.
No, burnt toast is in your live chat.
Right, but
she's in the live chat.
And you said she's of age, right?
Oh, you're gonna love this too, Steve.
Yeah,
you're gonna love this.
She's an adult.
Burnt Toast claims she's a Christian. Go watch her YouTube channel. She claims to be a Christian. Go watch her YouTube channel.
I'm just saying that I allow people to defend themselves if they want. I can only allow 6 people in real quick. So, Reed, can I drop you for a second?
I like to see you defend her Christianity watching her channel.
Honestly, I did not hear the last part you just said because G-Man won't shut the fuck up.
I said, generally speaking, if somebody's being talked about, they have a right to defend themselves. If she wants to come in and at least kind of give a retort, I respect that. Because, I mean, no offense to you, man. You're talking some mad shit right now.
Yeah, Burnt Toast can come in here. Burnt Toast is a liar, and she knows I'm going to use anything that she says against her in one of my videos. I don't care.
Well,
let her come in.
Yeah, let's wait.
Burnt Toast will just be helping you.
We'll wait on that.
Burnt Toast.
We'll wait on that. So, do you know Monty?
Who? I don't know anybody.
No, G-Man. Do you know Monty? Is he safe? Monty, are you cool?
Who?
Monty.
Who?
Yeah, Monty's cool.
Oh, Hannibal, the Hannibal and Monty Trollish show. Here we go. The Diva is here. How you doing, Diva?
Reed, I'm going to drop you just for a second okay, is that cool?
Yeah, bring Monty in here. Monty's the one that cries when it's a big crybaby. I want to get Monty to cry.
Oh, wait. I've seen this guy.
I've
seen this guy. I've seen this guy
on this picture with Burnt Toast and some other people too.
No, he's got a YouTube channel. Yeah, right?
Yeah,
cool.
On my phone. Hold on.
Hannibal and Monty shit show.
Yeah. I've seen that before.
Yeah, he owes me 50 plunger points.
What?
Yeah. I'm just coming in here to find out why are you going full G-Man on this show like this, bro?
That's G-Man.
Like why?
That's what he does.
Yeah. Like,
and by the way, I allowed him to. I'll be straight up. I told you, as long as he promotes the truth, as long as what he believes, right? What he believes is the truth, and he doesn't I don't deal with pose. I let him do. I said, do you, man? Do you? I'm not gonna give anybody restrictions. I give him a specific caveat, and Mark is my witness.
I usually have an issue with the full G-Man thing, but I'm not full G-Man.
Don't ever argue something that you don't actually believe.
Okay, fair enough.
You're talking to the wrong person because Hannibal does that all the time.
No, I'm Monty, G-Man. I am Monty.
No, you're Hannibal. You're Hannibal.
I'm the other one.
Yeah,
you're
Hannibal.
You can't tell black people apart, G-Man.
You are the one that whines and cries like a little baby every time you're proven wrong. That's what you are.
Is that what happened? Oh, because you.
Yeah, I got the proof. I can show you the videos if you want. I can put the clips out there if you want.
Look, real quick. I want you to show me those videos. First, get your ass in the fucking kitchen and make me a sandwich.
Ooh,
snap! I'm sorry. That's a job. That's a job for the lady that's in here, not for me.
Well, you might qualify though, G.
I mean, you are the lady right here.
You don't know.
No, I'm not. I'm the only man in this room.
Monty's kind of making you his
I'm the only man in this room. I'm sorry. I'm the only man in this room.
Man. A real gangster ain't got to say he's gangster, bro. I just told you to make me a sandwich.
And you want to know something, Monty? Monty, Hannibal, whatever your name is, because I seriously don't know you. But look, if you ever want to see how manly I am, make sure you watch the stream when I actually vote for the suplex and body slam challenge. I want you to do that because when it's time to do it, and then all the talking stops, we're gonna see who the real man is around here.
Wait. So you want me to go vote to show how much of a man you are? You want to show how you want to rub up against other men and roll on the floor with them?
When did I say that? Suplex and body slam. Do you know what a suplex is?
That's not how I prove my.
Oh, okay, all right. So you clearly don't know what a suplex is.
Wrestling.
And by the way, yes,
you don't know what a suplex
Monty,
is.
Monty and Hannibal show. You have like I just looked at your channel. Yeah,
Monty, can you do me a favor and articulate to everybody what a suplex is, Monty?
And by the way, he's not Hannibal. He's the other one.
I'm Monty. Yes.
Hannibal, Monty, whoever the heck you are. Do me a favor, Monty. Explain to everybody what a suplex is.
No.
You just said it's a person rolling on the floor.
Games, we all know.
No, we don't. No. You just said it's rolling on the floor.
No. I said you want.
You just said rubbing on each other and rubbing on the floor.
How do you get the guys rubbing on each other?
You do understand? I'm going to make you look stupid later too.
You want to play
Monty?
You want to play with men and touch bodies?
Monty activates. I don't know what a suplex mode is.
Okay, you're activating shit. That's not funny, G-Man. That's not.
Yo,
funny.
To me, it's going to be hilarious, and I think a lot of people are going to think it's hilarious too.
No,
go ahead, Berto. And drag. Whoa. So Monty. Yeah. Listen to me here real carefully, young man. Listen to me, okay? A suplex is not rolling on the floor.
Okay,
a suplex is when you get somebody in a headlock like this, you pick them up, they're upside down, and you fall backwards. It is not rolling on the floor.
All right.
You don't know what you're talking about, young man.
Thanks for the education.
Wait a minute. You don't know what a suplex is.
On this panel about G-Man, he quit wrestling school because he didn't want to get hit by a chair.
Yeah, you should try getting hit in the head with a chair.
Attitude
era style.
I don't know anything about wrestling, and I don't know G-Man's history with that.
Like WWE.
Well, actually, you can get a concussion and you can get brain damage if somebody hits you in the head the wrong way. Apparently, this lady thinks there's nothing wrong with that. This lady thinks there's nothing wrong with getting a concussion and brain damage.
G-Man, it actually might reverse yours.
I think you already have it.
Yeah, it might actually do some therapy.
No, I don't have brain damage. I don't have brain damage.
By the way, I'm
just in a room with a bunch of gish gallopers, but I'm having fun either way. So anyway, go ahead.
Who's gish galloping?
Only you are. We can't even stay on topic. Well, actually, y'all can't stay on topic. But let's go.
Well, no, you have gone way off topic, but I think that's more.
And this is not G-Man versus the world. This is G-Man versus the trolls.
Oh, hi.
Mine is you, Steve. Mine is you. G-Man versus the trolls.
Can everybody just say hi to Raisin Girl out there? Hi, Raisin Girl. It's good to see you.
Hi, Raisin Girl.
Wait, Raisin Girl's in this chat. Wait. Can everybody hear?
Yes.
Pause for a second. I want to say one thing.
Sure.
Hey, Raisin.
Hi, Raisin.
There you go.
Yes. I've always liked Raisin Girl. She's always been polite and nice. So I guess a lot of people know her. When I knew her, that was a long time ago. Yeah. So, got some old names coming around. But anyways, continue on. So, Sister J, I am just kind of serious. When did you get to know G-Man?
Me?
No, Sister J. I'll ask you both. Yeah.
Oh.
I've been interacting with him for a while. He doesn't realize who I am, and I think it's so funny because obviously I'm not using my main picture.
No, but your voice was would be distinctive. I heard your voice again, I'd recognize it, but I don't.
Yeah, well, he thinks me and Burton Toast are the same person, so.
He thinks Bonnie's Hannibal.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Exactly who
Wait a minute. Is that Jules? Wait a minute. Is that Jules?
G-Man.
Oh, okay. So that's Jules then. That's the minor that sent that inappropriate letter to a grown man before she turned 18.
Years old.
No. You was a minor when you sent that letter to a grown man, and I made sure I told the authorities about that too.
He's talking about he won't read me the letter.
No, Jules, you don't know all Jules. You're a moron, Jules.
Literally,
I know who you were.
You will not.
You are a troll, and I know who you work for. Do a better job, hypocrite. Come on.
Who I work for.
Anyway.
See, he won't read the letter to me.
Okay,
he keeps saying the letter I sent.
Is there? I'm just now. I know this is so way off topic, but
here's the thing, Steve. They're trying to get you in legal trouble. They want me to read something on here that they can get you in trouble with. They think that's slick, but they're not.
Yeah,
but you brought it up.
I can't do that, and they know I can't.
How are they trying to get Steve in trouble when you brought it up?
Trust me when I tell you this, Steve, and I'll tell you on Skype later. You don't want me to read that on here.
I've already spent $10,000 motherfucking dollars of my own money in legal fees since I've been in YouTube. Okay, so I mean, I got my own legal troubles. Okay, and even then,
Steve, trust me, Steve, you don't want me talking about that stuff on here.
I got you. But hey,
but the thing is he brought it up on his own stream, and I asked him what it was, and he said, "I'm not reading it to you."
I'm not going to read it right now. You can ask Shanny. You can go ask Shanny if I have the letter. As a matter of fact, ask Shanny what else I got.
Read it on your channel.
Jules.
You know what the letter
Actually, anyone else I got, Jules. I'm being nice calling you Jules, and not calling you by your first and last.
Well, don't
Jules.
My first and last.
No, I'm not going to, Jules. I'm saving that for something special. You keep acting like that, and I'm gonna play you and Monty out in a minute. So keep doing that, okay?
Oh, me
keep doing it. I'm gonna play both of you out.
Wait.
As a matter of fact, hold on a minute. I got something I want to show everybody. Hold on. Don't show everybody. I'm not joking around. Hold on.
He stands up.
Hold on a minute.
You got something
Actually, it's on this phone. It's on this phone. I have
Wait.
this video where we see Jules, we see Burnt Toast, and we see good old Monty over here, all meeting each other in person.
Me?
With their real names on here, too, and everything and whatnot. With all of their real names on there. So anyway, so trust you me. And it's on YouTube. It's on YouTube for everybody to see it.
G-Man.
Yeah, Monty, go ahead and tell me as a minor, and I'm gonna get in trouble, and all those other little sick threats that you guys don't know what you're talking about.
No. Look.
If I were you, I'd stay out of this.
No.
Especially you, because you're an easy target, dude.
No. Hear me. And this is very serious, G-Man. What you think you have is not what you have.
Yes, I have what I have.
No.
And this is very serious, Monty. This is very serious. You're still a troll, and I don't trust nothing that comes out of your mouth, and you have no credibility on here, okay? You need to be very, 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 very careful. You're lucky I'm on here. Because if you pulled this on your show or somebody else's show, I would make you regret it.
Then come on my show and meet me tomorrow and show me.
Can I come?
One second.
I gotta work. No, I mean I'm off at like 3.
Nah, G-Man's trying to use a video. He thinks that he found who Burnt Toast is, and he found a literal 13-year-old minor.
Yes.
Or what? It doesn't matter. A minor on the internet.
You found my fucking daughter, G-Man.
Get the fuck out.
I do not want that reposted.
Get the fuck out.
That is my
number
daughter.
one, it's on YouTube. It hasn't been taken down. Wait a minute, Monty, listen to me, Monty. There are 2 things you need to understand. Number one, this is YouTube, dude. The moment somebody makes a video, according to your leader, it's fair game. That's number one. And then number 2, wait a minute. Yes, you do. And you're a butt kisser to that leader. And then number 2, and let's not forget this now, sir.
I now have to.
Let's not forget this, sir.
I now have to moderate.
It's still on YouTube.
I now have to moderate.
It's still on YouTube.
I have to moderate.
Steve, listen to Steve
I have to moderate because now we're talking about children territory. Now, Monty wants to talk about his kids. He can. I can talk about my own daughter.
Steve, if you believe any of this, Steve, I'm disappointed.
Let me finish this, G-Man. He can talk about his own child because that's fine.
Check your Skype later, Steve. He's lying.
What? He doesn't have a real child?
No, he's lying. That's what he's doing right now.
Okay, but the point
he's lying right now. He's telling you a bold-faced lie. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to prove it. Steve, I'm going to show you something on Skype. Hold on a minute.
Hold
on a minute.
Yes. I just have to tell Steve, your mic, when you're talking, when you're talking with the same, the other people drown your mic out completely. I can't even hear what you're saying when they're talking.
I have a compressor on, a noise suppressor. That's why. And I just overtalk. So I appreciate that. But let me make this very clear. We can only talk about somebody's kid if they were talking about their, them. And Monty, that's Monty's option. Okay.
I told you not to bring none of this stuff up.
Oh, this is
and you was like, oh, I want to hear it. I want to hear it. You can be surprised what I can say right now if I wanted to. But Monty.
Can I say what I need to say?
Please, yes.
G-Man?
Yeah, G-Man, you get silence right now. Give him a minute of silence. Go ahead.
All right. What I would like to say is the video that G-Man has found is a video of someone claiming that my daughter and my son's mother is Burnt Toast. They are not. They have nothing to do with YouTube. They are not on YouTube. By
the way, I know who your partner is too.
Can you shut the fuck up?
I know who your partner is too, sir. You need to back off. You need to back off now.
You thought he was Hannibal.
Or everybody's going to know who your partner is.
See, that's what he's doxing.
These people are working for a certain troll on YouTube. And right now, these people are making a mistake and they're trying me. They better cut it out. They better cut it out right now.
I'm going to reel it back.
I don't care who she is.
I'm going to fix this. But Monty and Sister J, I appreciate you guys coming on. I do have to end this in 7 minutes. But Monty, I'm going to be.
Monty's going to get my size 11 when this show's over. When I go on my channel.
I told you I watched it. I've seen his channel, so I know exactly.
When we end it, are we going to still talk or what? Because I feel like this is not going to be done in 7 minutes.
If you want to do it off air, that's fine.
Oh no, I don't.
Monty better be careful because I'm being very chatterable right now.
But I want to get back.
I didn't forget Monty.
I want to get back.
Monty,
to
I didn't forget Monty. You play with me if you want.
All right, I want to get back.
I'm trying to be nice.
But Sister J, I do want to.
Monty, you need to be careful. You ain't got nowhere near what I can do, dude. Remember that.
This is weird. This is really weird.
No, I'm gonna say this really carefully. G-Man don't care.
Mute G-Man.
G-Man stopped caring a long time ago.
I don't want the threats. But anyways, I appreciate that. I got one person to bring in. So Sister J, I'm gonna take you out, but be in touch, okay?
Yeah.
Right.
No problem.
And Steve, let me tell you about this little girl down here, about that girl Jules.
Todd, what's
that girl Jules was harassing Shani and Rev when they were homeless.
Yeah,
that little girl ain't nothing but trouble.
Look, I tell you what, that stuff on my other channel that if you want to bring up, I will.
Then tell them to stop bringing that stuff up.
But I have to. I don't know about this. Look, I have not spoken to Rev or Shani for Christ. I don't think I've even talked to Shani ever. I mean, I don't remember even being a hangout with her. It's been that long. You know, I used to get along fine with Jason. I don't really have issues with Jason, except recently some things he did I find to be morally very, very egregious. But I used to get along with Jason very well. But that's for my other channel, that if you guys want to talk about that, Sister J or Monty want to get a hold of me, we can do that, okay? But that's really off topic for this channel. But like I said, the whole Shani for Christ and Jason stuff, I haven't really, I mean, what, it's been 3-4 years probably since I've talked to either one of them? I don't have anything to do with any of that. Nothing. But anyways, Todd, do you want to add something before we wrap it up?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask G-Man if he's going to keep my...
He made a rap about me. He wants to know when I'm going to finish the rap. When I'm ready.
Are you done now?
Yeah, let the man talk.
He made a video about a month ago that he said he was ready to drop his response, but he was waiting on Veckel for some reason. I'm just curious when he's going to get to it.
Veckel's got musical talent. Veckel's got skills.
Veckel's writing the lyrics.
Yeah, I was going to say, Veckel's got the skills.
But I was just curious. You know, he said a month ago he was ready to drop what he had, and I'm still waiting.
Are you still waiting for Veckel to write your lyrics?
So my answer for you is I'll do it when I'm ready. You're gonna have to be an anxious fan and wait. That's what you're gonna have to do, fan.
No, when you make a video that says you're ready to drop it now, and
I will do it when I'm ready to do it.
Wait, G-Man, do you need Veckel to write your lyrics?
Now, how about this, Todd? Man up, go pay your bills, and make sure your wife has a nice dress later. Okay? Thank you.
I pay my bills, and
no, you don't. No, you don't. Stop lying.
All right, so I just want to make sure.
No, you don't.
G-Man,
you pay somebody else's bills, not your bills.
Sorry, what was your name? I do apologize. I missed your name. I'm sorry. Todd.
I'm
Todd. To meet you, Todd. I'm Mark. Yeah. So what kind of music did you do? Like,
You're going to mess around and get a surprise visit in here, Steve, if you keep letting these people in here. These people think they're slicking or not. Be careful.
This is it. Todd's the last one.
Yeah, be careful, man. I'm telling you, these people can't be trusted. These are some ugly... These are people that laugh at homeless people, laugh at starving people. These are people that are just so moral
I just want to know
everything.
the music. What kind of music do you talk about, Todd?
It's a long wait. I'm sorry. I do a lot of different things. For G-Man, I did a rap featuring some tubas, which he found. Okay. That's why he does it.
Oh, I got you. Okay, that makes sense.
I was a tuba player. I was a tuba player in the Air Force.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, kind of my main
kind of rap battle kind of thing.
It was my first rap. G-Man, invited people to do some raps about him, and I took the challenge, and it was fun to do. You know,
who's got more skills, Veckel or G-Man?
Oh, neither. Yeah, we'll say yes.
Yeah. Whatever.
Can you do me a favor and give me the definition of a rap, Todd? And give me its historicity, please.
I don't know much about the
that's what I thought.
Wait.
Moving on.
Wait. Can I answer now?
Do me a favor. Name 10 rappers. Name 10 rappers. 10.
Eminem.
Do me a favor. This one's going to hurt, too. Name 10 that's Caucasian besides Eminem.
Ooh, that's hurt.
Yeah, so don't tell me I can't rap, dude, because I heard your garbage, and all you did was say, you're the fool. You're the fool.
I don't think I said he could rap.
And then when Lubis rap, what did Lubis do? Lubis went.
Do with Lubis.
You want me to?
You're black.
I got to end this in a few minutes. So you want
You're
me,
whack.
You can't talk.
Nobody's gonna rush to respond to that trash. Come on.
This is your call. Do you want the one and only? Do you know him?
No.
Okay, I can't bring him in then. All right. So sorry, one and only. I don't know who you are.
Okay.
I know who Old Man Todd is. He's the one. He's the one with the seminary degree that he never uses.
But he plays tuba. All right.
I
guess your answer is that he'll get to your rap when he gets to it.
Yeah, I'll get to him when I'm done with everybody else. He's very low on my list of things to do.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome, Todd. Nice to meet you.
Last thing I want to say is stop doxing
And by the way,
that's not right.
And by the way, none of this proves that atheism is logical or rational. I still haven't heard that argument on why it's logical or rational, Mark. But you know what? You guys did a great job just galloping and being all over the place, though. I tell you, you did a great job with that.
The problem is that how could G-Man dox Monty when he thinks he's the other guy? Like I mean, I can understand. I can understand.
But I know his real name. I know his real name.
Don't put it out. I'm
not gonna do that. Come on.
I can understand Mark Reed being confused with Tony Reed. They spell their names wrong differently, but yeah, I can get some confusion there, right? I don't know. You go look up Tony Reed. I swear to God.
He kind of doxed himself, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, I gotta wrap this up. We do keep these down to 2 hours for reasons.
People can give out their own details. That's not.
Yes, absolutely.
He did it on this show, by the way. Like a dummy.
Right, so
this guy's like, ugh.
Look, I'm going to be doing the Non-Sequitur Show probably every Friday. I usually have Fridays off, and I think I'm going to request Friday off permanently. So every Friday I do the Non-Sequitur Show with a bonus show every so often. So if you want to support the channel, you want to become a patron of the channel, I do a patronage now, and also with the GoFundMe if you want to help me with some legal fees, because I still spent $5,000 to get back this damn channel, but the legal fees above is for $5,000 I spent on an additional lawsuit. So I literally spent over $10,000 legal fees. So if you want to help with that, by all means, because the people have been reporting that GoFundMe up there saying it's fraudulent. They can fuck off. It is perfectly legit. GoFundMe has cleared it multiple times, and they say, yeah, we know. I've always told them it's harassment, and they understand. All I have to do now is just give them tickets, and they go, yeah, okay. So, and say, look here. But if you wanted to support the channel and say screw you to these idiots that are saying that all these things that have been legal fees were fraudulent because I won this channel in a lawsuit with $115,000 that I'm still going to be collecting, that I'm with my attorney is going after the person for that money. We have not stopped. Okay, it's still ongoing, and we're filing the paperwork for that as we speak. Matter of fact, so.
Congratulations on your victory, by the way, in all seriousness.
Yeah, thank you. So if you want to help with that, but yes, GCAT is in the corner for those who didn't see it. GCAT's been up there their entire time.
How much is your GoFundMe, as out of curiosity? How much is your GoFundMe?
Well, I put it for 20, but I look, as soon as, if I can even get back to 10, if I even get 10 out of it, and break even, that's it.
10 what?
10,000.
10,000?
Yeah. I've got 4,000.
Right. Do me a favor, Steve, on the what do you call it, on the Skype or whatever, give me the link to it. I'll make a donation.
Because here's the thing. My lawsuit's pretty much over with this other person because I didn't able to file, but I'm still working with the other legal things. But I still am out of pocket in order to help expose this person. I'm not going to get into details of this particular incident on this show, but it is a fact that I've only got 4,000 in, and I've spent 10,000 out on that particular lawsuit, and another 5,000 to get this channel back. So I'm still in the fucking red for every time. I've been in this for 3 years, and I still have not made a profit on YouTube, except for my other channels. But that's pretty sad. So anyways, if you want to help that out, I appreciate it. And I'm going to promote the hell out of it because I'm sick of these people going, Steve doesn't have a case. Steve won't ever get the channel back. Bullshit. And so Stuart Hamilton for $20. Stuart says, who I have to run, we too. It's outfit night, and I'm going to be playing PlanetSide 2. That is a fun game, I heard. Steve, you are loved. Thank you. Love the broadcast. G-Man.
Do you mind if I promote my YouTube channel real quick?
Absolutely, you can, but let me finish. Love the broadcast. G-Man said, you've seen some stuff. Can see that, but you got to relax. Steve knows how to run this. Thank you. I appreciate that, Stuart. All right, so we're going to do the final things. G-Man, do you want to go first so I get the other ones? Because I want Mark to go last.
I'm not going to say nothing about the... Okay. I'm not going to say nothing about the debating because, honestly, it wasn't a lot of that going on. Mark, you was nice for the most part, better than most of the ones I usually deal with on here.
I like him. We're gonna be seeing more.
Oh yeah. I like to talk to you again someday, Mark. And hopefully we can get somewhere next time. I don't know, but if anybody's interested, I will be going live on my secondary channel, the Sowing and Reaping YouTube channel, to do a recap. Steve, I won't be saying nothing negative about you or Godless Girl or Mark.
That's good.
But the people that came on here.
What's your second channel? What's the other? I only know one.
Oh, it's called Sowing and Reaping.
When is this?
Sowing and Reaping.
Wait, I don't even know about this.
Yeah, that's the other channel. That's when I get my revenge on all this trolling that they're doing on me. You'll see it.
I gotta check that. I gotta subscribe. I didn't even know you.
I get my revenge on them like I'm gonna do when this show's over.
Do me a favor. I'm gonna give you the links for your channel to put in, like I just did. Can you give me the link for that channel, and I'll put it in this video description? I put some other information, but I didn't.
I'll give it to you on Skype. I guess tomorrow. I guess
that's fine. Yeah, no rush.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Steve.
All right, G-Man, go ahead and take off. So, because if not, I'm never gonna get them to say goodbye. So, can you just do it one by one?
All right, I appreciate the invite.
Thank you.
See you later.
Good episode. I think.
All right. Thanks, G-Man.
All right, G-Man. All right, Godless Girl, what you got to say?
What did you just say?
What do you got to say? And
no, I really liked hanging out in here tonight. I wish you'd do it more often.
Well, here's the thing. I'm sorry, and I'm not sorry. I work now. I mean, I work, and so I have I have 3 channels that I got to like take care of, and it's difficult. But I'm trying. I still have guests. I have a lot of people that want to be on the show, and there's a lot of things they want to talk about. It's just very difficult making it happen. But I am working on it. I haven't given up. Okay, so if you want to support all that, by all means, people go through the GoFundMe. You can donate through the channel, or become a patron to this channel. Or to my other channel, but if you like this show, become a patron of this. I am trying. I am definitely trying, and I cannot find my StreamYards here. What the hell is it? Anyways, keep talking and promote your shit while I find my StreamYards.
But you should have chose me as your co-host all those years ago, because I don't care about the money. So we would have never had all those legal problems and everything. You should choose me.
I tell you what, I will never partner with anybody again, because every experience I have is especially with shitty sociopathic people. They will always fuck you over in the end. This is a fact. And I know you.
Gotta be careful who you partner.
Yeah, Gigi's the devil, I know. But I tell you what, Gigi, I do need to bring you on more on my other channel, and maybe occasionally on here, and to have some more philosophical conversations with people like G-Man, if you're interested.
Yeah, there's this channel and Steve McRae. What's the other one?
The Great Debate Community. I still have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if you're interested in that every so often, I'm happy to bring you on. Just like I did with James Freeman, just like I did with Jim Jules. And you want to come on, and when I do have somebody with philosophy, you want to co-host with that? I'm down with that. Cool.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll talk to you later. Good night.
All right, it's good seeing you again.
It was really good to meet you, Godless Girl. Right. I've never met you before, and fantastic.
Yeah, like I said, she's the devil you know. She's always been. Here's the thing. Whether I agree or disagree doesn't matter. Gigi has always been cool with me. Never once did she try to harm me. I respect that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's notable with certain people. And that, even if you agree or disagree or whatever, I know I've stood up for her. She has stood up for me. And it's a mutual respect there. And so other people may not have the same experiences with Gigi, and I get that. But Gray One for $10 says, thanks for being such a great host. Thank you, Gray. That means a lot, really. And Reed, what do you got to add? Thank you for that super chat, honestly. Reed, it's been a long time since I talked to you as well, man. Holy cow. Are you still there, Reed? You have to unmute. Nope. All right, anyways, Reed is on, he's on Twitter, and we go way back as well. So, Reed, I'm going to move you. But anyways, Mark, tell people where they can find you. And by the way, I told you were not going to be prepared for what you're expecting to.
I am definitely not prepared. I'll throw my channel into the private chat for thing. I don't think I have a wrench or anything to post. So
awesome. I can put that.
But thank you. I'm do. Reed's back. Reed, did you want to say
Reed, do you want to add something? I thought I saw him unmute. Okay, I'm seeing things. Okay, go ahead.
All right. I do debate. I do sort of conversations with theists, and just mostly debate. So I appear on Modern Day Debate, Debate Cafe. I should have something upcoming. Yeah. So generally, I just do the debating side of things. Really enjoy it.
I am putting your link in the video description. Yes.
And if you want to check out debate and conversations, then please check me out.
I'm going to put it in the live chat right now, too.
I am very new to YouTube. I've been doing this, probably about 6 months or so, really. But I've met some amazing people, made some amazing friends, and it's been a wild ride. So interesting.
Well, go ahead. Sorry, there was a little lag there. No, go ahead.
No, mate.
No,
that's about it. I just it's been one wild ride, and there's today was wild. That was interesting.
Yeah, I never know what you're going to expect from the Non-Sequitur Show. That's why one of the reasons it's a Non-Sequitur Show. I did put the link to your channel, so everybody, when you get a chance,
thank you.
Go subscribe to him. I would love to see his numbers go up. I love helping channels. This channel has always helped other content creators. One of the things I really enjoyed when this channel had more subs, we had about 33,000 subs, and we were getting 1,000 views, live, is the fact we were able to help people. I'm not going to stop doing that. Just because I got fucked over by dishonest people, I still want to help people. But the only rule is, Mark, is when you do get like 10,000 subs, you have to go out of your way to fuck me over. It's just it's an ontological rule for some reason. I don't know what the hell it is. But I have to have that, or else I'll lose all hope for humanity. I like consistency.
Look,
I like consistency.
At least you kept your sense of humor. I'll tell you that right now.
I didn't keep my pocketbook, but I got my sense of humor. But we got to get you higher. Yeah, we got to get you higher. So, and yeah, by the way, you got some people that you have on. I see some friendly faces in there in your hangouts, by the way. That's okay. That one's actually modern day debate, but you got some other hangouts in there. But yeah, I said, I'd love to come on your channel too and talk about this kind of stuff. Sound good?
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. Thank you for watching. Like I said, please become a member, Patreon to this channel, or Patreon to my other channel, or support the GoFundMe. Anything that you do, you will get acknowledged. I have said thank you to every single person that has donated. Why? Because I think it's important, and I think it's very important to recognize those people that have stuck around and that want to see good quality content and be entertained, because that's what this channel is about. That's what channel I want to continue to be about, and I still like helping people. And Mark, it has been a pleasure, dude.
Yeah, pleasure my side as well. Thanks, Steve.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
Let's go home. Let's get the hell out of here. Good night, all.